Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I loved it.
My name's Jay Milne. #Blue Cool.
Our sports update deliverer, the Cool.
I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up today.
You know what, Reid?
You might be honest.
All right, here's what's going on in the Nest.
All right, let's just look into this a bit, Jay, because we're off work on this day, Sunday, February 8th. So I'm on StubHub. Super Bowl LX.
Yeah.
New England Patriots versus Seattle Seahawks. So I did not look at this ahead of time. I just got the page ready.
Let's go.
So let's go see tickets. So I've clicked on the see tickets tab. How many tickets? 2. We'll be seated together. All right, so let's start with the first thing that comes up on StubHub. Section 104, row 15, 2 tickets together. It looks like we'd be behind one of the end zones.
Okay.
2 left. So I'm assuming this is, I'll click on this.
Click.
I don't think I'm buying anything. We are looking at... And it's converted the prices to Canadian.
Okay.
Oh, and it's very convenient because I could pay with PayPal. Just do it.
Boom.
It's done. $9,100 each.
Each.
Yeah, each. Not actually, to be precise, $9,103.
Ooh,
per
that's
ticket.
a little over my
that
budget.
maybe is too much. Plus, low down in the end zone. We don't want to be there, do we? We want a little better view. I'd sooner be a little higher up,
like second, third row of the upper deck.
Right. Okay, so let's keep looking. A lot available here from behind the.
So this is Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara.
Yes, this is for the actual Super Bowl. This is on StubHub. So here's one. Here are a couple higher up, but they're sort of in a corner.
Which corner, north or south?
I'm not sure actually. I'm
Because the
sorry.
south corner is closest to the electrical substation.
It just said where they get the.
I don't know if I'm comfortable
that
there.
causes all the injuries.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not sure what corner it is. But I can tell you. Well, we'll check the price first. So is this where it is?
Yeah, Reid, you're on top of the electrical substation.
Well, that's on top of the
I
substation.
bet you the prices should be lower.
Well, they are lower than row 15. So this is section 420, row 19, but you're in the upper deck. So row 19, but they start renumbering the rows in the upper deck. $6,900 each.
Ah, that.
So quite a bit less.
Yeah, let's go.
But okay, wait a minute. I can just click. So you want something maybe 40-yard line-ish?
Sure.
So
And at that point, it can be quite high.
Here.
I don't mind how high.
Okay, well, here are some really high up. That can't be right. I'm gonna just leave those. Here. What's on the other side here? So we got section. Oh, okay. Look at this view. How about that view?
Glorious.
You'd be slightly higher than the TV view, basically.
Yep.
Section 413, row 21, maybe quite a bit higher. $6,800 each.
Oh,
to go to the Super Bowl.
It's affordable.
So we're just pricing them out right now. We'll see what happens. There can't be that much demand for a game like this, is there?
there never is.
There never really is.
No, it usually falls flat on its face.
So these are live prices on stuff. What are these here? Here are some. You're basically behind the bench. Well, no, row 13 on the aisle, seats 1 and 2. 2 tickets together. Okay, so this is Zone Lower Level Club Platinum. So these are probably some of the best seats you could get. What do you think they are each?
20,000.
21,000.
Yeah.
21,113. And then it says this ticket is 31% cheaper than the average ticket in this section on our site. Discounted. Wow. So we're just doing a little bit of shopping.
Okay. Well, looks like we're not going to the Super Bowl. If we drove, though, we could save on the airfare. That might make it a little more manageable.
Yeah, we could probably save quite a bit, and we wouldn't need a hotel getting down there because we could drive in shifts. We could leave after our show on Friday the 6th.
Probably get down there.
Truck down there.
Like Sunday.
Yeah, well, Drew basically drives Saskatoon to San Jose.
Right.
Right? So
could do it.
we get down there, we sleep in the vehicle, we go to the game, and after the game, we turn around and drive back. Would we make it back for that Monday show? Maybe not. We might have to stop in Butte and do the show remotely.
Yeah. Well, we've always wanted to do a show from Butte.
On location. We love doing on location shows, so why not?
Why not? Maybe Helena.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see.
TBD, bro?
We're TBD for going to the SBL. TBD for SBLX. Or XL. No, LX.
LX.
No, what is it? LX. 50,
LIX.
50. No, it's LX. 50 plus 10.
Yeah, right.
Right. This is Super Bowl 60, right? Okay.
So I've been told.
So just look into that. He is Jason Milne. I am Reid Wilkins. This is Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports, presented by Play Alberta. Quick teaser: Jay does a play of the day every day around 3:40, 3:45. He's got a big parlay today. He's bundled some stuff together.
The way I would describe it is much ado about nothing.
Okay, that's also another way to look at it.
Yes.
Zachary Kubish is here at the technical desk. Kub, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic today, Reid. Thanks.
It's good to see you. You hungry?
I had some yogurt a bit ago.
Okay. Well, there's more food available for you if you need.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. You offered me a.
I didn't offer you.
Burger.
He offered you.
I offered you a burger. There's a burger in the fridge.
Well, I was addressing Reid, but looking at you, I was
Yes,
just
it was
making
very
eye
weird.
contact with you guys. That was a little confusing.
Confusing.
I might dabble in that later. I think Gager took a bite of it now, though.
That's he wouldn't have done that. That's the Cube, your sports update deliverer at the technical desk. We're gonna have some good fun today on the show, as we always try to. We're gonna, of course, talk about some Oilers stuff, not just the victory last night, but some of the things we saw in the victory and maybe the implications of those things going forward. But bottom line is, and we'll hear from him a little bit later on, just a great story for Ekholm.
Yes.
Who's sort of not just is he? Would you call him a bit of an elder statesman in the National Hockey League? I know using the word. He's certainly not washed up by any means.
Well, we've referred to him as a bit of a father figure for the Oilers.
Sure.
So yeah, I think he would be considered.
He'd be a respected player.
Yeah, absolutely.
So good for him to get the hat trick. The Oilers get to 7 goals. Another entertaining game to watch.
Very.
Ducks got a dangerous team with a lot of good younger players. That's Seneca kid. I mean, he gets the hat trick in Calgary. He's dangerous. Granlund, who's not one of the younger ones. So the 3 players in Ducks history have scored a hat trick, have scored 3 power play goals in a game. Granlund, Korea, and Solani earlier in their careers. Well, obviously earlier, not last night.
Well, technically, although Granlund shot it, Darnell Nurse might have helped that one get across the line.
Either way, it went.
Gager's favorite goalie.
I mean,
Darnell Nurse.
Stastny's goal was helped by. Was that one off of who did that go off of?
Yeah.
Zellweger, the local kid. Yeah. Entertaining game. Like some amazing stuff. The records that were tied or broken or. I mean, never. I found that you would think at some point in the history of the National Hockey League, there would have been a game. There would have been 2 games in a row where defensemen got hat tricks in back-to-back games. And if you think about, I mean, you would have thought Bobby Orr would have done it himself at some point,
right?
Where had 2-3 goal games in a row doing the California Kansas City back-to-back or something like that. And then the fastest 4 goals by defensemen.
Yeah,
3 minutes and 49 seconds. And that's one because I think I'm pretty good at checking stuff when it happens. I never even would have thought to check just specifically defensemen. Like I knew that wasn't the fastest 4 goals in Oilers history, but I checked it anyway, and it wasn't even in the top 10. There was like a year in the early 80s they got 4 goals in a minute 21. But like to specifically be like, oh yeah, fastest goals, 4 goals just by defensemen by a team.
Well, do you know what's even more interesting is the way that they happened. 3 of those 4 goals, it was defensemen scoring goals like forwards would score goals.
That's a good point.
Ekholm running the lane, getting a beautiful feed back from Hyman, taps it 5-hole, and then 2 bar down shots from D-men.
Yeah.
That makes it to, I don't know. I mean, it's never happened, but that makes it pretty sweet. I mean, these weren't just point shots that were deflected off a defenseman. I mean, one was Stastny's goal.
But he was trying to make a play.
He was trying to
pass it to Kapanen.
But I thought it was interesting that each of those goals that were scored had support from forwards.
Right.
Ike Howard crashing the net, driving the other side of the net, making that goalie think. Well, would there be a pass? Because this defenseman's probably not going to shoot. Well, it's behind you. Right? So the fashion that it happened was incredible. It was awesome. Fun to watch.
Okay, let's get to the afternoon headlines presented by 100.3 The Bear, Edmonton's best rock. Stream them on iHeart today. This is Chet Palmer with your sports report. 7 goals for the locals last night. The last time Ducks got covered in oil this bad, it was the Exxon Valdez. That was a big bolt of lightning from the Viking. The last time I saw this many guys walking around without hats, I was at a Men Without Hats concert. Hey, Jason Milne, is that the safety dance in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? Dinged up Demko is out for the season in Vancouver. The Canucks are lower than my brother-in-law's bankroll after 2 hours at the craps table. I'm Chet Palmer.
Oh, boy. I like the reference, although that was a huge event in my childhood. Was the Exxon Valdez? That was in Alaska, right?
I think so. Yeah,
the water's off the coast of Alaska.
Because I sometimes Benny will run to the typewriter and get Chet's copy out for him.
Yes,
and I don't think he'd heard of the Exxon Valdez. What was the date for it? March 24th, 89. That's even longer ago than I thought it was.
Mm-hmm. So I was 8. But
Prince William Sound, Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I still remember that. That was a bad spill. The safety dance, I've heard of the Men Without Hats. I'm not sure I would know. Would I know men?
Wig and dance. Oh. I think I'm not very good at singing. Something like
that. Did the job.
Right.
Okay. The safety dance in your pants.
In your pants, or you're just happy to see me.
Well done, Chet. Well done.
Yeah.
It's still, man, it's just this onslaught against the brother-in-laws.
I don't know. Wow.
It must go far back.
He didn't want to, the brother-in-law didn't want to be part of the bit. He should have cleaned things up, I guess.
I guess so.
Sometimes we hear from Chet's brother-in-law through the River Cree inbox, 780-218-9999. That's presented by River Cree Resort and Casino. Speaking of the Super Bowl, River Cree hosting a watch party on Super Bowl Sunday, February 8th. Doors at 3:30. Kickoff 4:30. Tickets starting at $35 and includes an all-you-can-eat buffet. Go to rivercreeresort.com to check out your options and for all the shows and other cool stuff they have going on at River Cree. You can email Reid at edmontonsportstalk.com, Jay at edmontonsportstalk.com. We always enjoy getting a limerick or two over the course of the day, or if you just want to send in your thoughts about the show or the Oilers or any of the topics we're talking about, you still can use good old-fashioned email. And, of course, you can listen on iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio. We realize many of you, if you are listening, that is what you are doing. Again, I know I say this almost every day, but we mean it almost every day. In a job like this, you never stop pushing, trying to grow. If you like what you hear, help us out. Let people know, hey, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, this is how you're consuming stuff nowadays. We also have a YouTube channel, Edmonton Sports Talk. All our programming live on YouTube and available after the fact as well. If you have not subscribed to the Edmonton Sports Talk channel already, please do so. And for each individual episode throughout the day, make sure to give it a thumbs up.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
All right. And if you also can chat with us and with each other, this is another way to reach us. And the cool thing about the Nasty Chat on YouTube, that's the chat function going down the right-hand side of the screen. Like sometimes it's too fast for you and I to even read it.
Yes.
But the point of posting in there isn't necessarily to get your stuff read on the show. It's just to talk with other listeners as well.
True.
Now, sometimes we do take stuff out of there and read it on the show, but don't be shy. We're always happy to have new voices in there. So that is the Nasty Chat going on YouTube. Now, on the Nasty Chat today, there is a poll going, and This is the off-topic topic for William Huff. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service, combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best can be, is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website, williamhuff.com, or give them a shout, 780-454-4536. So, the stuff just comes up. So, Hernan Engager, and Hernan usually is putting it together in the morning Hernan does this day in history, or he's looking at stuff.
I love that stuff.
Yeah, so he says to me, on this day in history, I think it was 86, Mark Harmon, who I think he was on LA Law when this happened, but he's NCIS would be the more recent show he's known for.
Some sort of a S.
Yeah, right.
Show. Yeah.
He was named or voted, whatever, selected People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive.
Was this the first year?
The second year.
The
first year was early February, so they do it around this time. Well, it moves around a little bit. Mel Gibson got it in 85. So then this, you're like this too. I may be the biggest culprit for this, but I love okay, let's list this. Or what do you think of this? So I said to somebody, who are the 4 men who have been named People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive twice?
Right.
So you and
we went Clooney, then we went Pitt.
It's Clooney, Pitt, Depp, and Gere.
Right.
The 1 year Gere won it with Cindy Crawford, who is not a man, but technically they were named the sexiest couple alive. Anyway, so this brought up, should we do this for fun? And we decided, let's do it. Over today and tomorrow on this show, we want you, and you have to vote in the Nasty Chat. You are going to pick Edmonton Sports Talk's Sexiest Man.
Ooh.
So we got 12 names on the list, and Jay and I separated them by age. So until from now to 4 o'clock, we have the Silver Fox category, the 4 most seasoned gentlemen here at EST, which is Joaquin Gage, Reid Wilkins, Hernan Salas, and Dustin Nielsen. Okay?
Yep.
And then from 4 to 5, we're going to do the prime cut category. Jay Milne, Lieutenant Eric, Shawn Belle, and Tom Gazzola. And then from 5 to 6, we're going to do, what are we calling it? The Young Bucks. And that's going to be Matt Owanek, YouTube Trev, Ben Thompson, and Zach Kubish. And then tomorrow, we'll have voting for the entire show, each category winner, and the best second place finisher.
Correct.
We're going to have a wild card.
Wow. This is incredible.
Well, we'll see.
So it's in the Nasty Chat. If you haven't voted yet, just there's that black box in there. Go ahead and cast your vote. Have your say.
Right. And Coob's keeping an eye on it. So this is the Silver Fox category. I hadn't heard that term until a few years ago.
No.
Yeah. Well, maybe 10, I guess.
Yeah, it's been around.
Yeah, it's been around. It's not like a new term. So vote for that category. So again, in this one, and I gave those in age. Gage, me, Salas, Nielsen.
These all go in age.
Yeah, I gave them in order from most season to least season in each category.
Seasoned is an interesting way of describing
Yes.
this. I just think of buttering you up.
You imagine people putting
just oiling you up,
putting cloves and pepper on me.
Yeah, I want to oil you up, drizzle a little
Just-
hot honey on you,
Just drizzle me.
and then some chili flakes.
Give me a little bit of that drizzle.
and a
This is
dash
like an anaconda taking down a pig.
and a dash of garlic powder.
Yeah.
Then just set you out on the deck in the sun.
Yeah.
And let you burn.
Let me, yeah.
I'd have a bite of you.
Can I say who's leading right now in the poll?
No.
Okay.
Should we? No.
Well,
Well,
you can see it on the YouTube when you vote.
Yeah, once someone votes, they can see it. So let's encourage people to go in and vote.
Sure.
On the Edmonton
Cast your
Sports Talk YouTube channel, go in there and vote. The Silver Fox category, this will be open till 4. What do you call that? I can't believe I forget the term where you season something and then leave it in the fridge for like...
Marinade.
Marinate, right. I'm out there. Is it marinade or marinate?
Well, you can buy marinade,
But then you
you
let
can
it-
marinate your steaks.
But then you let it marinate?
I think.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Marinade is the noun, the sauce, while marinate is the verb, the act.
There, we
Oh,
know.
interesting.
Yeah.
So I'd be marinating in marinade.
Marinating in marinade. Yes.
Right. Out on your deck.
Yes.
I'm in a big roaster.
You're just in a
big
water
roaster.
trough.
Yeah.
We just fill that up with marinade and oil.
Do I have an apple in my mouth?
In my visions, yes.
Yeah. Just don't put me on a spit. That'd be quite painful. All right. Oh, we're off and cooking. We certainly do have a good time. So we have
This might be the first draft Dusty's ever lost.
well, might be the first vote that he's ever lost. Yeah, I guess it's a form of audience selection. We also have a very special guest today. I'll just quickly tee this up. As you know, Jay, and I think people who've listened to me over the years probably know this about me. Like, I'm looking for neat things. You know, like I'm looking for what can we bring that's some, maybe, of course, we got to do all the big stuff, talk about the Oilers, other local stories, Super Bowl, all that kind of stuff. But I'm also looking for something. What is something that somebody could listen to the show and be like, I didn't expect that.
Right.
Or I didn't know that this type of person maybe not existed, but, like, oh, I didn't think they could ever, like, how did they find this person? Oh, well, how did this person get to do what they are? So at around 5 o'clock today, we're going to have Simon Chen on the show, who plays for the Chinese national hockey team. Now, he has ties to Canada. We're gonna get him to tell his story. So the reason that this is happening, I've known Perry Pern for several years now.
Sure.
And Perry is often at the Oilers game. And yesterday, he's at the Oilers game wearing his China team jacket because he coaches the Chinese national team. And I see all these other, mostly young men, but there were other coaches wearing these jackets. I was like, oh, your team is here. He's like, yeah, we're doing a little tour, playing ACAC schools. What, Kubi said they played Nate last week. They've been playing other schools. So I said, well, I'd love to get a guest. And he's like, well, I got a guy that speaks perfect English, like he's lived in Canada. So I go talk to Simon Chen, and he's going to come on the show.
Wow.
So I want to find, and I think he played in the Olympics in 2022.
Cool.
So let's meet him and find out about him. That'll be a little bit later on. That'll be fun.
I like it.
780-218-9999 is how you can text us, the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Again, if you're on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't voted, vote in our poll. We're doing EST's Sexiest Man.
And this poll ends at 4. This one.
The Silver Fox poll ends at 4.
And then from 4 to 5, it's the prime cut category.
Right.
And then from 5 to 6, it's the Young Bucks category.
Right. And then tomorrow will be the finals for the whole
brawl
show.
Out.
We're going to brawl it out. But
Yeah.
maybe we should just have a Royal Rumble to determine the sexiest
Yes.
man. Well, I guess we could have a vote for the sexiest man and have a... Is the Royal Rumble this weekend?
I believe it is.
Let me check.
Yeah.
Isn't it in the Middle East or something?
Yeah,
I
it's
thought I saw that.
Abu Dhabi, isn't it? Or
Okay.
something like that.
Interesting.
Yes, it is this weekend. And it will be in Saudi Arabia.
Okay, there we go.
The King Abdullah Financial District
Yes.
in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Whoa, wow. Okay. Well, I couldn't name... Who's the wrestler that I said his name is... Why does he have a normal name? I think it was on the morning show and I said that. Like his name's like Bill Stevens or something like that. And I was like, since when did wrestlers have regular human names?
Like, not Cody Rhodes.
No, it's another guy. Who was I talking about? Oh, I hope Dusty's listening. I was on the morning show because I'm on every Thursday. Oh, I can't remember the guys because I'm not that interested in it. But
I don't blame you, Reid. Neither am I.
what the heck's his name?
I'm trying to
he's
find
got like
it.
a normal he's
Drew
got like
McIntyre?
Matt
Yes,
Cardona.
Drew
Drew
McIntyre.
McIntyre.
And I was
Yeah.
like, why does he have like a normal name?
Yeah, right.
He's trying to be different compared to the WWE, I
Like
guess.
Drew McIntyre.
Wow. Very memorable name.
Like that would be like, oh, hey, Reid, here, this guy will be handling your account today. Hey, I'm Drew McIntyre. Anyway. All right. We got the oil understood for GCL Diesel. Big night for Eck. Big night, a couple of nights for the Oilers offense. Jay's play of the day coming up. Oh, Shawn Belle's going to check in at 4 o'clock. We love having him on every week. Here comes the Coob with a sports update.
Vancouver's Thatcher Demko is set to undergo hip surgery next week. He's been ruled out for the remainder of the season. The injury is unrelated to the one that put him down last year, with the 30-year-old missing 20 games this season for the Penguins. Brian Rust has been suspended 3 games for elbowing Vancouver's Brock Besser in the final moments of Sunday's game during a scrum in front of the crease. Besser has since been placed on injured reserve and is now in concussion protocol. At ice level, Vancouver takes on Edmonton's next opponent, San Jose, at 8 o'clock out in BC. Elsewhere, Buffalo and Toronto tussle as the Knights and Habs face off in Montreal. And down south, the Bills have promoted offensive coordinator Joe Brady to take over head coaching duties. 36-year-old Brady signing a 5-year contract as the bench boss, now entering his 5th season in Buffalo. To the hardwood, the Pistons meet the Nuggets and the Clippers play the Jazz on a 7-game slate. While over in Scotty's action, Alberta's Skurlik and Alberta's Sturmey hit the Pebble at 5. Skurlik's team is 3-1, winning 3 in a row. Sturmey sits 2-2. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since '93. They have doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff today at Windsor Plywood Leduc. The show rolls on following the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
2 guys and a goalie.
Hire it or fire it for GS Construction. The Sharks or Ducks will win the Pacific Division before the Oilers do.
I'm going to hire it.
Really?
Yeah. Those are 2 teams on the rise. The Oilers are a veteran team that I don't think they really care about the regular season.
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
We have what you're looking for. GD Liquidators is Edmonton's one-stop shop for new and used warehouse, office, and industrial items since 1987. You'll find what you want when you want it. Give us a call, visit us in store, or check out the monthly auctions at gdliquidators.com. 100% Canadian owned and operated. We have what you are looking for. GD Liquidators.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
Sentinel Storage presents Team Canada Ice Dancers, Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier on Support from Home.
We're celebrating all the people at home, the people that have supported us. We know our community is going to be cheering for us, and we know the country is going to be cheering for us.
Thank you, Canada. Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Team Canada.
All right, good to have you tuning in this afternoon. Shawn Belle is going to join us in about half an hour. We have plenty of Oilers storylines to discuss. Great moment for Ekholm and family last night. I asked him if his kids were at the game or if they stayed up to watch.
They were here for warm-ups. I think they were here for the first, so tough luck. I don't know. Maybe my oldest watched it on TV, but I'll have to check with my wife later. The games go pretty late, so they got to get up for school tomorrow, but we'll see the highlights tomorrow.
That was cool.
That's kind of neat when you put it out like that, and the kids, and puts it in a bit more perspective for the average sports fan.
I did say when he got his second goal, I sit by Jim Matheson and I said, we're going to get another one, Jim, 2 in a row after a 20-year wait. And he poo-pooed me. And I was like, it's perfectly on the table. And I even said, up by 1 or 2, empty netter. Like, really? I thought it was very much in play that there'd be another hat trick. Well, I didn't really call it, but I threw it out there. Like, you got to have fun with stuff like that. Like, why not? You got to think of the possibility.
Back to back, baby.
Yeah, that was incredible.
Reid, sorry to change topics here, but I believe hell has officially frozen over. Bill Belichick, 8-time Super Bowl winning head coach, as per Adam Schefter moments ago, fell short of the 40 out of 50 votes needed for induction to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in his first year of eligibility. That means Bill Belichick is not a first ballot Hall of Famer. How does that... Who are these 10 yahoos that have votes? Or maybe more than... I don't know. I don't understand this. This is...
Well, he needed 50 votes.
Reid, the Lombardi Trophy should probably, if you want to talk about numbers and championships, and I get the history behind the Lombardi Trophy, but you could make a strong case that it be called the Bill Belichick Trophy, given what
he
he's
needed
done.
Support from 80%.
Yes,
of the voters. So 50 votes would be 8, so whatever that would be.
Most Super Bowl wins as a head coach. Most Super Bowl appearances as a head coach. Most playoff wins as a head coach. Most playoff appearances as a head coach. Most divisional championships as a head coach. Third all-time in wins. Not a first ballot Hall of Famer. This is not going to go over well.
With who?
Fans. Other media members. Media members that don't have the ability to cast a vote. This is...
How do you know how they would have voted?
They did not get 80% of the vote. Bill Belichick did not get 80% of the vote.
Right.
Riddle me how. What case could you possibly have to not put him as a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Spied on other teams' practices.
That's not true. And if it is...
What do you mean it's not true?
Spied on other teams' practices as the NFL, as the coach of the Patriots.
Well, he didn't go do it himself.
Right. Okay. That you can't, that to me, get out of here. Like, here's the thing. If even if he was, accused, kicked out of the league, whatever, I'm not really holding that against. Do you think he won all these Super Bowls because he was spying on another team's practice? Do you think that's what puts you over the top as an elite coach?
Well, I guess we'll never know, Jay.
I mean, come on. I don't
understand
that.
Here, Alex Gold, I follow him on Twitter. He covers the Chiefs, and I had him on my old show a couple times. He just posted, Ken Griffey Jr. wasn't a unanimous baseball Hall of Famer. There's always someone willing to not vote, whether it be Spygate or Deflategate for Belichick, personal vendetta. The past few years, people can always find a reason. Most of these Hall of Fame processes stink out loud. Well, so I think the point is they don't want to put him in on the first ballot.
Yeah, which is a shame. And quite honestly, you're not doing your job as a member of the voting media. If you're looking at the raw data, if you're looking at the numbers of he's the greatest NFL coach with his body of work. And it's not even up for dispute. So if you have a personal grudge against somebody,
50 people voted, he'd need to get 40.
Yeah.
So it wasn't.
Well, that's 80%.
Right.
But that's to me, if you're a member of the media, you cannot be clouded by something that you think happened or Deflategate or spying like that. You look at what his track record was, and he is the most legendary coach in NFL history.
Well, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
I know.
So he wasn't in this time around.
Why are you defending this? This is a
why are you so upset about it? It's Bill Belichick. What is he, your boyfriend?
No, he's the greatest coach in NFL history. How is he not a first ballot Hall of Famer? There is something to that. You can say, well, he'll get in next year. Yeah, but if members of the voting media are holding back on him being able to say or be announced as a first ballot Hall of Famer because of personal grudges or I don't know.
It's not a grudge if you think he did something shady and you don't want him in on the first ballot. Okay? He was the coach for Deflategate. He was the coach, and I hate the gate suffix. He was the coach for Spygate or whatever you want to call it. So maybe that. I mean, it's their opinion voting him into the Hall of Fame. If they don't think he should get in first ballot, too bad he doesn't get in.
Yeah. If you look at what he's done as a head coach, it's indisputable that he is the greatest NFL head coach to ever have coached. And he's not going to be in on the first ballot. I get what you're saying. First ballot, schmurst ballot, whatever.
Right.
But I think you're blurring the lines of what power you have with that vote.
But they're given the power of that vote.
Maybe they shouldn't.
Because you disagree with them, so they shouldn't be allowed to vote again?
Reid. This would be almost unanimous amongst. I mean, hate them, love them. I got no skin in the game for the Patriots, but I can see and view excellence when it's right in front of me, and that was it. That is the pinnacle of coaching. So that's what I have issue with it personally, because I think you're finding ulterior motives to hold something over somebody when that's not your job. This is like referees wanting to be a part of the game. Stay the hell out of the game. Just do your damn job. That's the way I see it. I don't have any voting in any respect. So I don't know what the pressures are of that, of voting in a different, Hall of Fame or NHL Hall of Fame. I don't know how that operates or how that works. I'm just purely looking at this from finding out about it 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, well, he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he should be.
But as for if people didn't vote him in, they didn't vote him in.
Yeah, I think you're standing up way too tall for a group of media members that should just be looking at this purely from what he did in the time that he was a head coach, and not even a head coach, an assistant coach, the way he rose up through the ranks and was pretty much a winner wherever he went.
Old Gil in the chat, what's your view on Bonds, McGuire, Sosa?
I think they should be in the Hall of Fame. Not even up for debate. I mean, that was a time when they were not the only one. It's like saying Carl Lewis is the Olympic champion when Ben Johnson got banned. Carl Lewis, forget the fellow from Great Britain.
Linford
Christie. They were all juicing. Players in the MLB at that time, that was a different era, a different time. Those guys got persecuted for it.
Yeah, I don't see how you can put guys who broke records because they were juicing into the Hall of Fame.
I guess as time goes on, I would say by now, probably you should have. Like, look at Pete Rose. He got banished from the MLB for something that's commonplace now on every network showing games. Times change, right? And
well, that's an oversimplification of what happened with Pete Rose. I mean, he was
but where's the, sports gambling is now the biggest part of sports.
Right, but they're still told not to do it. True. Players and coaches are still told not to do it.
It's just, to me, it's kind of funny.
Right.
The juicing thing, by all accounts, and I'm not going to throw out stats or say I read this here, by all accounts from doing some research of those times, those guys weren't the only guys doing it. That was kind of a epidemic throughout that time in baseball.
So why do you think then they didn't vote for Bill Belichick? 50 people voted. At least 10 didn't put him in.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Maybe it's what he's been doing now. Because, I mean, what he's been doing after his coaching career in the NFL has been a little bit different. I mean, he's not viewed in the best light in social scenes. But once again...
That shouldn't have anything to do with it.
Absolutely. I mean, if you look at his body of work as a head coach, there's no dispute that he should be in the Hall of Fame. First opportunity, not even a question. I mean, look at the response that you'll see from this, from major media outlets. I mean, the shock will be.
I'm surprised. I'm just really not that upset about it. I can understand why some people might say, let's not put him in on the first ballot. I could actually understand that. Because he was associated with some things that are, again, he's not the only one maybe that did stuff over the years. I'm sure there's a lot of crap that happens in the NFL and in pro sports, but he was on the highest profile and winningest team of his era. So if he did some things that made people think, oh, was he, bending the rules to help his team win a little bit, and then they won, all right, maybe that sullies it for some people. So they're like, we don't want to put him in on the first ballot. And plus, it's that person's vote. They can vote for who they want.
Yeah, I understand your right to vote however you want. It's just you're completely ignoring the facts. What you're talking about with cheating and Deflategate, I mean, those were the Deflategate thing. Did that ever get resolved?
Well, isn't that what he got a 4-game suspension for?
Yeah, and for what? I mean, like, think of what you're talking about. You're talking about an ounce of air in a ball that was supposedly controlled by Tom Brady, and he knew. Like, I mean, is that why the team won? Is that why the team was great for all those years? Because Bill Belichick's just the best cheater in the world, and he was never exposed.
Creating the question is bad enough.
Sure, but I don't think there was ever damning evidence or proof of either of those instances of that Bill Belichick sitting in behind a fence looking at teams' practice. So what? Beat the team. Beat them on the field. Nobody could. They executed at a higher level. Bill Belichick was the reason they executed at that high level. If you were cheating on watching a practice, that doesn't mean you're going to go ahead and win all these Super Bowls. That's an easy way of trying to say that he shouldn't be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I'm just on the other side looking at this from when I was watching Bill Belichick do what he did. I'm not a Patriots guy. You see excellence and like, is Tom Brady in the Hall of Fame? Yeah. Yay, nay.
Is he in already? How many years has he been gone?
But is Tom Brady a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yes.
Okay. Then I rest my case.
Well, I would think Belichick. Well, I'm surprised, but why did enough people look at it to not put him in? And now we're going to have all these tweets from these people who aren't voters acting all indignant about it. Well, they're not voters. So too bad.
A text. This is from Adam Schefter 9 minutes ago. He got a text from an NFL executive. The 10 plus people that didn't vote for Bill Belichick should be exposed. WTF, this is crazy. I think that's just the general sentiment that's going to be shown over the course of the next, news cycle. It's just kind of shocking.
Yeah, well, too bad. I mean, he won enough Super Bowls. He shouldn't need to be in the Hall of Fame. Like, you're asking me to feel sorry for a Boston area coach. Sorry, ain't going to happen.
That's bias.
Yeah.
See, at least you're honest enough to say, because of your disdain for Boston sports, and I get it.
No,
that's
I'd
fine.
vote for him to be in the Hall of Fame. Do I feel bad for him that he didn't get him on the first ballot? Sorry, he can go cry with his 7 Super Bowls. How many did he win total? 8?
Yeah.
He won one as an assistant?
Yeah, he won one in New York.
If this is the worst thing that happens in Bill Belichick's coaching career, oh well. Cry me a river.
Nah. Yeah, it is. That's a story. I mean, that is incredible.
Aiden says, if you didn't vote for Bill to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, you should have your voting rights taken away. Unanimous greatest coach of all time. No bias whatsoever.
6-time Super Bowl champion as a head coach. 2-time Super Bowl as an assistant.
Because Brady won the 7th.
He won it in Tampa Bay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, now that, only 6. Now it's really...
8 Super Bowl wins. Most Super Bowl wins as a head coach. Most Super Bowl appearances. Most Super Bowl appearances as a head coach. I mean, the list goes on and on. This is why you could create an argument that the Lombardi Trophy, although that would never happen, and I'm not suggesting it should, but there's a reason why people would suggest that it should be called the Bill Belichick Trophy. And for personal bias or just, I don't like you. That's the thing that bothers me, Reid, is that you cannot look at this, in my opinion, and say, oh, the facts that if you look at what he's done as a coach, well, that doesn't justify first ballot Hall of Famer. There has to be outside or personal bias, personal grudge from members of the media that have voting rights.
Right.
And I think that's just, you need to keep your blinders on in that instance.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really cool when he took the Jets job and stepped away a day later, eh? What a great guy.
That was terrible.
Well, yeah, he's done putrid things. I don't care. I don't feel bad for the guy. Oh, we're not in the Hall of Fame first ballot. Too bad.
You're savage.
Too bad.
Maybe it's because he's 73.
Go curl up in your hoodie and cry about it, I guess. Like Bill Belichick. Plus, we don't even, they only allow so many people each year, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so
maybe there was more worthy people. You know what's going to be funny?
Well, because we went over that list that one year.
The list gets this year when they're like, oh, this guy's first ballot
player got
over Bill Belichick.
Yeah. 780-218-9999. You can text in on Bill Belichick or whatever you want. We were going to get some Oilers to discussion there, but we will have that later on. That's kind of the headline. Bronco Nick says the people who suggest changing the name of the Lombardi should check themselves. Leave it alone, please. The voters know what skeletons are in the closet. Castor says if Belichick has to wait as long as Glenn Anderson to get into the Hall of Fame, then bring on the indignation. Otherwise, who cares? Aiden also says, so now no coach ever should get in on the first ballot unless they win 9 Super Bowls and more playoff games. But this is okay, look, everybody, and I say this to you all the time. And yes, I'm being somewhat of a dick for this. Can I use that word? I'm being somewhat difficult for the sake of it. But hey, like, how often do I have to say this? Pro sports ain't fair. Was it fair for Ike Howard to get sent down? Nope. Is this fair for Belichick? Nope. But if there's a guy I'm not going to worry about fairness for, it's the hoodie. Okay? He did fine. He's got the championships. Okay, he's not in on the first ballot. All right. That's great. Here's a good one. Jimmy says Bill Belichick is a Tom Brady merchant.
Well, I mean, Tom Brady was a hell of a quarterback, and they did some amazing things together. But it just, I mean, Collingwood Rob, Jay is absolutely right. Whoever votes cannot take it personally. They have to look at it impartially. This is wrong, and I hate the Patriots. There's a lot of this, I hate the Patriots, but coming in.
Well, not for me. It's I hate the Patriots and
Pat in the county. I couldn't agree more with you, Jay. Such a farce. I don't even like the guy.
Well, he'll be in the Hall of Fame, and then everybody can sleep easier. I guess.
This comes in from Seal, our friend Seal. But if his legacy is success, but giving the league black eyes, does that deserve a first ballot Hall of Fame? I agree with Reid. It's a Pete Rose version of football. I don't know, like the Deflategate thing, that was not a difference in deciding the outcome of like a championship team. The Patriots were a dynasty, are a dynasty. He was at the helm. He did it on other teams. You know, I don't know. I don't know why the whole bias and he's a bad guy and he's a cheater and he's a scumbag. No, he's not. He's one of the greatest coaches of all time in the NFL. Can't take those Super Bowl rings
breaking
away.
the rules.
This is Big Uke. The vote shouldn't be private. Make these people explain their vote. What do you think of that? As a member of the voting media,
yeah, that'd be fine. I'd be fine with that.
And you can then answer the questions.
Yeah.
Hey, Reid, can you come on our show and say and let us know why you didn't put Bill Belichick as a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Right.
You would be okay with that?
Yes. Because some of the reasons might be only so many people can get in. These people have been waiting longer, and I want them to get in so they don't drop off the ballot. Right? That could be a reason. That could be a reason. And yes, there could be some personal vendettas in this. Like, I don't know what happens behind the scenes. Somebody could have said from the New York Jets, he screwed us 28 years ago, whenever that was. Right? We don't want to. It could be, for sure. That kind of stuff happens all the time.
Rob from LA, and the most cheating scandals as a head coach. So do you think the scandalous side of Bill Belichick is keeping out?
Okay, but we've had approximately 20% of the listeners say Oh, yeah, but hold on. Wait a minute. So that's how many voters, so it's a fair representation of the people that didn't vote for him.
It's really a shame we have the Silver Fox category as the nasty chat vote right now.
All right, so here's what's going on. It's good chat on Bill the Bandit Belichick.
This is prime. This is good. I like the way you're taking this, Reid.
You have 9 minutes left if you're on YouTube or going to YouTube. So we are doing, for the off-topic topic for William Huff, the sexiest man at EST. The first category is the 4 most seasoned gentlemen, the Silver Foxes, Gage, Wilkins, Salas, and Nielsen. Okay? And so the winner of that category will move on to tomorrow's final vote.
Correct.
So we're going to shut that down at 4 and then go into the prime cut category of the 4 men in the middle group of the age category. Okay? And we got to do Jay's play of the day. Maybe he'll change it to be something about the NFL Hall of Fame or the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Here comes the coup.
Thatcher Demko's injury-riddled year gets worse as he's set to miss the remainder of the Canucks season. The 30-year-old is scheduled for hip surgery next week, with Demko having a 3-year extension kick in next season worth over $25 million total. Meanwhile, Brian Russ of the Penguins has received a 3-game suspension for elbowing Brock Besser of the Canucks in the face Sunday night. Besser is now in concussion protocol, being moved to injured reserve. 10 games tonight in the NHL. The Canucks swim with the Sharks. The Jets drop the puck with the Devils, and the Leafs joust the Sabres. In other news, the Bills have made a promotion, naming offensive coordinator Joe Brady as their head coach. The 36-year-old gets a 5-year deal in the move, fresh off his 4th season with the club. In the NBA, the Blazers and Wizards get things rolling at 5 o'clock with 7 other games on tap in the association. And out in Mississauga, it's a Battle of Alberta going down between Team Skurlik and Team Sturmey at 5 o'clock, with 3 other matches going live at that same time. The Reid Wilkins Show returns after the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Oil Stream.
Which of Frederic or Mangiapane are more likely to figure their game out and become usable in the playoffs?
I would lean towards Mangiapane.
We only ask the hard questions here on the Oil Stream.
Yeah, I'd lean towards Mangiapane because he's actually had good games, whereas Frederic really has
Frederic
not.
really hasn't done anything all year.
No, exactly.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Running your own small business takes courage, and as it grows, so does your team. That's why Alberta Blue Cross offers health, dental, life, disability, and wellness benefits designed for small businesses, because we know a healthy team means a thriving business. Join over 5,000 Alberta businesses who have chosen us to help their business grow and succeed. Alberta Blue Cross takes care of you and your employees, so you can take care of your business. Visit ab.bluecross.ca to find a plan that's right for you.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
You already know where you should go to watch the big game. Where else but River Cree Resort and Casino? Come out to the venue for the massive football watch party on February 8th. Doors open at 3:30 with kickoff at 4:30. Your $35 ticket includes reserved seating and an all-you-can-eat buffet. Or sit in a premium black leather throne of comfort with the VIP lounge package, just $70 a seat. Don't miss out on the football action. Buy your tickets now at rivercreeresort.com. Must be 18 plus.
Looking for flooring? Paramount Flooring has it all. Sales, service, and expert installation with options for every style and budget. Open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Quick delivery and in-stock deals. Plus, EST listeners get 10% off. Visit ParamountFlooring.ca today.
All right, good to have you tuning in this afternoon. Jason Milne and Reid Wilkins in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Taco Tuesday. That's today. Just leveled up at the Canadian Brewhouse all day. $3.49 new tacos and quesadillas. After 4 p.m., sip on $5.99 margaritas, $2 off Corona tankards and tequila shots starting at $5.99. You got 4 minutes left to vote in YouTube in the first category for Edmonton Sports Talk's Sexiest Man, the Silver Fox category. Gage, Wilkins, Salas, and Nielsen. Those are the 4 oldest gentlemen in order from most seasoned to least seasoned. The prime cut category will open up just after 4 o'clock. This is fun. We're having a great show.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Do it.
Is Andy Reid a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Him and his 3 Super Bowl championships?
Yeah.
Okay.
Numerous. Who's more winning in the regular season?
Okay, so he's got a 640 percentage, winning percentage. Let's see here. That's now that might be all time. Let me see. I'll check out old Bills here. Well, they don't have it like they did on Andy. Oh no, he's 333 and 178 overall in the NFL.
Doesn't have the winning percentage?
Well, I can find it.
Yeah, Andy Reid's first ballot Hall of Famer for sure.
You're such a... I know it. I think
Bill Belichick, Andy Reid 640, Belichick 647.
Yeah, I think you've got me in a vulnerable position.
Why?
You're just prodding at this point. This is good. This is exciting. I know what you're doing. Okay. I'm
No, it's fine.
I'm hip to your jive.
Bill Belichick belongs in the Hall of Fame. If he doesn't get in this year, he'll get in another year.
Okay, I just wanted to know. I just want to make sure there was no bias coming from you towards Bill Belichick.
Oh, there is. I don't care about Bill Belichick's feelings. I really don't. I don't care about his. He has a legacy. If he's in, he'll be in the Hall of Fame. So why do I need to worry about it when he gets in?
Kyle in the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox guaranteed they will first ballot Andy Reid when his time comes. Okay.
Well, as they should. That'd be a travesty if Andy Reid wasn't in on the first.
Can you imagine the outrage?
Yeah. Well, Andy Reid actually game planned.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
Andy Reid actually relies on football savvy and scheming and not just intelligent assistance and a lucky draft pick, 199th overall. You know, like
J.J. Watt. I can't be reading this right. This has to be some knockoff Hall of Fame or something. It can't be the actual NFL Hall of Fame. This is not a single. There is not a single world whatsoever in which Bill Belichick should not be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Wouldn't it be great if all this is wrong?
If it was reported incorrectly?
No, it's Schefter, so he's pretty trustworthy.
Yeah, he's like the Elliot Friedman for the NHL.
Jay's Play of the Day presented by Play Alberta. Experience all the excitement of the casino in the palm of your hand. Download the Play Alberta app today. Go to playalberta.ca. Jay's got something incredible for you today.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Oilers don't play again till Thursday. The Sharks are coming to town. Drew Remenda on the show tomorrow, by the way. We'll catch up with him.
Tomorrow or Thursday?
Tomorrow. Thursday. Sorry, Reid.
Yeah.
I'm in the weird week. I've thought that today was tomorrow and tomorrow, so on and so on. So I put together a little NCAA basketball action. All these teams I'm about to list are heavily favored. Okay, I mean heavily. So I'll give you the numbers behind why I did this, if I can find my sheet of paper. Okay, so I've got 5 teams to win. It's a 5-team parlay. 5-leg parlay for some of you. Michigan State Spartans, VCU Rams, Akron Zips, Connecticut Huskies, and Alabama Crimson Tide, all money line. Michigan State is minus 1429 on the money line. VCU minus 667 on the money line. Akron minus 714. Connecticut minus 1250. and Alabama minus 526. Now, those are all lopsided odds, spreads. But when you combine them in one parlay, it's not bad. I got it to minus 114.
All right.
So this is the heavy favorites J play of the day. You can find it on playalberta.ca. Click on sports. Click on ESG specials. Michigan State, VCU, Akron, Connecticut, and Alabama all to win NCAA basketball, minus 114. And if you haven't yet, download the new Play Alberta app. It is a dream to operate.
Andy says Belichick would have gotten in first ballot if Brady didn't win again. Chris says Andy Reid makes commercials too. Belichick is an idiot. I'm with Reid. I wouldn't pee on him if he were on fire.
Who said that?
Chris, hopefully it'll never come to that.
Jeez, that's a tough.
This is amazing.
Coob, I wanted to see the results. Okay, so Gage won.
Gage won the Silver Fox category.
And you had 33% of 103 votes. I saw it before.
34%.
34%?
102 votes. Walking Gage took it first, 43% for him. Reid Wilkins second with 34. Hernan Salas third with 17. And Dustin Nielsen dead last, 6% of the votes.
Okay. On to the prime cut.
Nielsen is beloved / worshipped by our listeners, but they do not consider him that sexy.
Well,
oddly enough,
he talks a lot. Like, sexiness embodies a lot of things. Like, and he has
honestly
the palate of a 5-year-old.
Well, I think that's to me.
He doesn't know what a hammer is.
Gage's culinary expertise is sexy. Like, as another man, I would say that's sexy.
Yeah, there's sexiness embodies so much more.
Right. So the prime cut category is the 4 guys in the middle for ages. So we got Jason Milne, Lieutenant Eric, Shawn Belle, who's coming up in about 5 minutes, and Tom Gazzola.
Yeah.
Okay? So this will be interesting. Because, again,
yeah.
sexy is different than he's good looking.
Yeah, in that there's, I mean, I think Dusty got a little bit screwed by the Silver Fox being associated with that. He's 6 months older than me.
Right. Well, we had to split him up somehow. Well, he could have got a wild card, and he wasn't close to it. So
he wasn't close. So
I am loving this Belichick stuff, by the way. Like, I hope people realize how happy I am right now.
Well, yeah,
because I actually love debating, and sometimes I just love flat out arguing. And sometimes I just you know why, Jay? Because over the course, especially when I moved into this part of my career, and especially talking about a team in which fans are as passionate about as the Edmonton Oilers. Sometimes you hear from a lot of people who are reacting purely on emotion, especially when I would do the old post-game show on Chet.
Sure.
And we still get it here. So when I have the opportunity to just be an irrational ass,
you take it.
I'd love grabbing it. And that's what I'm doing today. I'm the caller to Boston Sports Radio saying, hey, you know what? You shouldn't get in. It inflated the footballs. I'm ashamed he ever coached the Patriots, and I cheer for them.
Yeah.
That's me today. Well, I don't cheer for them.
No.
But I'm taking on that sort of attitude.
I'm happy for you.
I'm happy for myself, damn it.
You should be.
For once, I want to be happy for myself.
You should be
happy. For once, I want to be the dippity-doo. I want to be the dippity-doo cake.
You can have your cake and eat it too.
I'm eating my cake today.
You should.
It's my show and your show. But you know what? I changed my mind. Belichick shouldn't even be on the ballot.
Wow.
All right, Shawn Belle in a couple minutes.
The Lock Shop.
Now, if you could have, then you can't name yourself, a dream Super Bowl broadcast, who would you want, I think?
Kevin Harlan, even though he's not on our list.
That's number one.
Harlan's my guy.
Kevin Harlan would be my guy for Super Bowl.
I would go Kevin Harlan. I might go Harlan and Brady, to be honest with you.
I put Ekman.
I think those guys might work a little bit together. I think Brady and Harlan might work together a little bit better than Harlan and Ekman.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
You You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems, but did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Wholesat, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Where holiday cheer meets great beer. This season, celebrate at the Canadian Brewhouse. From plated dinners and festive buffets to casual pub-style parties, we've got the perfect space for your crew. Book your holiday party today at thecanadianbrewhouse.com.
You already know where you should go to watch the big game. Where else but River Cree Resort and Casino? Come out to the venue for the massive football watch party on February 8th. Doors open at 3:30 with kickoff at 4:30. Your $35 ticket includes reserved seating and an all-you-can-eat buffet. Or sit in a premium black leather throne of comfort with the VIP lounge package, just $70 a seat. Don't miss out on the football action. Buy your tickets now at rivercreeresort.com. Must be 18 plus.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Multiple reports have stated that 8-time Super Bowl winning coach Bill Belichick fell short of becoming a first ballot Hall of Famer in his first year of eligibility. Belichick needed at least 40 of 50 votes to be inducted. Vancouver's Thatcher Demko will undergo hip surgery next week. He's ruled out for the remainder of the year. The injury is unrelated to the one that kept him down last year, with the 30-year-old missing 20 games so far this season. And for the Penguins, Brian Russ has been suspended 3 games after elbowing Vancouver's Brock Besser in the final moments of Sunday's game. Besser has now been moved to injured reserve and is in concussion protocol. Ice level. Vancouver takes on Edmonton's next opponent, San Jose, at 8 o'clock. Elsewhere, Buffalo and Toronto tussle, while the Knights and Habs face off in Montreal. To the hardwood, the Pistons meet the Nuggets and the Clippers play the Jazz on a 7-game slate, while in the Scotties, Alberta's Skurlik and Alberta's Sturmey hit the Pebble at 5. Skurlik's team is 3-1, winning 3 in a row. Sturmey 2-2. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your Sports Update. Hour 2 of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
Must you click? Click. Must you click?
All right, that's the Thumb Click remix as put together by Zachary Kubish. If you're taking us in on YouTube, there's your reminder. Give us the thumbs up if you haven't already. We want to get to at least 100. What's going on?
It's input. Sorry. What happened? That was me. I turned the music up.
Well, that's okay.
I turned it up to 11.
I thought I was, that's okay. We're at 76 thumbs already, so let's get to 100 as quickly as possible. If you've already clicked the thumbs up, click the share button to prove that you believe in life after love. Is it life after love or love after love? Life After Love.
Life After Love.
And you can turn back time, click the share button, send the show link off to somebody else, say, hey, check these guys out. They're having fun. They're arguing about Bill Belichick of all things. Well, I'm not even arguing. I'm just saying.
You're the one raising your voice.
All I'm saying is the guy should be banned from football. That's all I'm saying. All right. Silver Fox category done. We're picking the sexiest man at Edmonton Sports Talk.
Prime cut now.
It's prime cut now. So it's Jason Milne, Shawn Belle, Tom Gazzola, and Lieutenant Eric until 5, and then it'll be the Young Bucks from 5 to 6, and then we'll have a final 4 tomorrow. The 3 winners plus a wild card. It's going to be incredible. Let's go to the. Are you having a good show?
This is fantastic. That's the topic you want to come up at 3:15 or 3:20 on a show.
Non-Oilers game day.
Non-Oilers game day. I mean, we got a gift from heaven.
We did.
I should be praising the Pro Football Hall of Fame voters for giving us such a salacious topic for our show. I'm sure Bellezy was beaten at the hands of Bill Belichick as a Miami Dolphins fan. I want to know what Bellezy thinks as we welcome Shawn Belle on, courtesy of the Oil Country Towing Video Hotline. Sorry, Reid, I just had to jump at the opportunity to bring him in. Bellezy, happy or sad that Bill Belichick will not be a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Look at my face.
Yes.
As far as I care, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, or Darth Vader, they're they're the worst. So, am I mad that it didn't happen? No. On the flip side, he probably deserves it, given the fact that him and Brady put on such a historic run. So, the sports guy in me, he probably deserves it. The Dolphins fan, that guy can kick rocks.
I appreciate the honesty.
This is great. Oh, that's awesome, Bellezy.
You have to be honest, right? Like the guys have been razzing me about being a Dolphins fan, but I'm like, guys, I'm loyal. I'm not gonna disappear because they have tough times. I'm gonna ride with that team. And if I've got the evil empire and they've got guys that are being voted into the Hall of Fame, I don't want them in the Hall of Fame. You beat my Dolphins.
Oh, that's good. Oil Country Towing Video Hotline. Oil Country Towing, Edmonton's most trusted 24/7 roadside rescue team. Fast, safe, and reliable for over 15 years. Whether it's game day or a snowstorm, we work as hard as your favorite team to get you going. Call 780-986-6088 for all your towing needs. Great to see you. We do have a lot of hockey to talk about, but I got to ask about your exploits Friday night. I didn't go to the what was it called? The Shoresy alumni game. But there's very well publicized video of you.
Yeah.
Absolute snipe job. Tell us about your experience and scoring that amazing goal.
Well, I mean, first of all, what an ISO cam by Tom. Thank you, co-host of mine. It was a fun game. To be honest, I felt terrible. Like I probably shouldn't have played. I'm getting over a sickness that I actually caught from my co-host. So that didn't really help me. But the thing is I think we were being set up because I talked to a lot of guys that had played in that particular game in other cities. And they're like, oh yeah, Bellezy, it's going to be a breeze. They're not even a good team, whatever. So in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm prepared for a certain level of intensity. We get into that game. I was not prepared for the level of intensity that it actually was. Also, with the fact that I hadn't played defense in almost 6 years. Now I'm a defenseman again, which is wild. It's absurd. And the forwards aren't back checking. It's a 4-on-2. These guys are like stretch pass galore. They're throwing pucks through seams. Like it was fast hockey, at least from like an old timers beer league perspective. And so it was hard. And I think guys had to start to skate a little bit harder than they thought they would. Jeff Delorier kept us in the game for the first period, or else it probably is 8-0, 8-1. And outside of that, it was fantastic.
Bellezy, I want to stay on this topic before we get to Oilers last night because you're all competitors. You're all former professional hockey players. Does that switch, like, can you just turn that switch? Can you dim those lights during that setting so as to not try and run Kiso, Shorzy through the boards when he has the puck? I mean, how hard is it to manage that and just say, oh, guys, we're here for a good time?
Well, the reality is you can turn the physicality off. Like that part you can turn off. But what you can't turn off is a competitive nature where you're like, I want to win this game. Like I found myself when we were down by 3, like I looked at Fistrick and I'm like, come on, man, let's go. Like, let's get going here. And so I was like actually kind of getting upset about it. And luckily, like, you know, the thing about pros is sometimes it takes them a little bit longer to get into the game. And yes, Shorzy in the cast was flying around the ice. But I think once we finally got, you know, warmed up for some of the guys, like Horchuk hadn't skated in, I think, a year. Hemsky hadn't skated in probably 2 years. Like, so there were some guys that were having a tough time. And then George Larocque looks like the lunch lady. So, you know, he's not as fleet as foot as he used to be. So it took us a little time to get going. And I think once we got going, we were fine. But it was... It wasn't easy for the first period, that's for sure. Like, guys were dying.
Okay, let's talk about last night's game and just the Oilers as of late with this offensive output. And yeah, they're winning games, but in some instances are giving up quite a few goals. But I want to talk about the offensive side. Is, you know, sustainability of this team and how they're scoring the goals with a heavy dose of the top 6 forwards. You're getting obviously some contributions from the defense, but is this a sustainable way of play for the Oilers? Because you're hearing a lot of chatter about, well, you're not, you know, the playoff games are going to be a lot tighter and you're not going to be able to win these games like this. But as a former player, is this sustainable?
It's sustainable for the regular season. Because when you have guys like Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid and Zach Hyman and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, like, I guess Bouchard to that extent, like, that in the regular season, games are a little bit more loose. They're a little bit more freewheeling. Teams, they still try to clog up the middle of the ice, and they still try to do certain things to the Oilers to prevent them from being as dangerous as they are. But the reality is that on a cold night in the middle of February on a Tuesday, teams aren't trying as hard as they possibly can. I don't want to be like, hey, they're not trying ever. But there's games where teams, you know, they ease off the gas pedal. I think we all can agree to that. When you get to the playoffs, games change and you have to play, you know, you have to be dirtier around the net. You got to get to the net. You might have to fight through a cross check. We've seen that refs, their whistles kind of go out the window, like they forget them at home. So like the way that the game's played through the regular season versus what it's played in the playoffs, especially when you go further into the playoffs, it's a different game. So is it sustainable? Yeah, sure it is in the regular season. In the playoffs, well, I think we've all seen that games get way tighter, games get way more physical, there's more clutch and grab, and so scoring 5 goals a game is probably not going to happen.
Yeah, Bellezy, the thing for me is I look at the order, and I've been harping on this all year, but now we're kind of getting to 2/3 of the way through the season. Now, granted, Stastny scored last night. Nurse doesn't score often, and obviously an Ekholm hat trick is rare, though he is a guy who gets points along the way. Like, I just look at this and like who is going to consistently generate offense other than the 5 or 6 usual suspects? You know, I think now we're seeing with Roslovic, there has not been a lot there. You know, we'll see what Kapanen does coming back to the lineup. So that's now the playoffs, you know, are different. So like we can't know for sure, but that's kind of where I'm starting to get now. Like who really is, and sometimes even forget about even scoring. Who's going to tilt the ice outside of the usual suspects?
Yeah, and that's it's a great question because Roslovic is a notoriously streaky scorer. You saw when he was scoring, he was scoring in bunches, and since then he's kind of cooled off. Savoy, you know, it's his first year. you can't necessarily count on him to score massive goals. And now, obviously, that always happens in the playoffs. Somebody gets hot. But once again, like the lineup that you have, you find yourself scratching your head saying, okay, who's going to score these big goals outside of, the usual suspects? And I think that's a question management has to ask themselves. Because when the going gets tough, like you got to find guys that can score. You got to find that Darren McCarty who has that toughness, has the ability to get to the net, is going to find a way to get that goal, and it's going to be a clutch goal. And those are the guys that are starting to score in the playoffs. And it's your third line, your fourth line that sometimes wins you games, especially in the playoffs. And look at the Florida Panthers, that third line. And yes, I understand that Marchand is not a third line player, but he played on the third line.
Right.
And that particular line did damage in the playoffs to the point where you could argue that that line might have won them a Stanley Cup.
Yeah, that's a good comment for sure. Okay, Bellezy, we love having you on every week. Thanks for sharing your Shoresy experience. And as always, we enjoy your Oilers analysis. We'll do this the next week when we do this. It's the night the Leafs are in town. Whatever, we'll talk about that day.
I might have to be there for that game.
Well, yeah, that'll be good. All right.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thanks, boys. Thanks for having me.
Shawn Belle checking in. You get him on Hello Hockey with Tom Gazzola every Saturday at 10 a.m. He joins other programming here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Yeah, the thing is, like, you see Bellezy score that goal. Like you almost, they don't. Like,
I know what you. Yeah,
you know this. You know what I'm going to say. They don't lose it. I mean, they. Of course, they're not doing it every day. They're not in the NHL. Like I from working with Rob over the years, Rob Brown, like I had people say to me, like when Rob would play in some alumni games, like if he lost the puck to an opponent, it's because he decided, okay, I'll let Joe from the gas station down the corner, who's paying several $100s to play in this charity game, I'm going to let him think he stole the puck from Rob Brown. That Rob could just dangle anybody.
It reminded me of I think Tom and him were talking about it on Hello Hockey about the tournament last year. The EST puts the team in. It's coming up.
The heavy hockey showdown?
Heavy hockey showdown. Yeah. And where Tom said, I got, Bellezy put on a show at that game. And to see him do that out there, I was so happy Tommy took that video because he just walked down Center Street, made it look super easy. Like you or I could do it. We would fall flat on our face and then bar in. Like he just made it look way too easy. But it is a good reminder of that. Yes, these are professional athletes and they can turn it up when they need to.
They played at an incredibly high level. That was Shawn Belle on the Oil Country Towing video hotline. The off-topic topic for William Huff is going on throughout the show. So we have 3 sections of voting. The first hour is already done. We're narrowing it down as we're trying to determine who you think is Edmonton Sports Talk's sexiest man. So the current categories, the current category is the prime cut. Milne, Lieutenant Eric, Belle, and Gazzola are the people that you're voting from in this hour. The first hour was the Silver Foxes. Joaquin Gage has emerged out of that category.
Yeah. He walked away with it. Now, we'll see how the rest of the votes go. I don't have it up here. I just turned it off. So I can't.
It's competitive. People got half an hour. They got 35 minutes to get in there.
Throw your vote. Let's have fun with it. Sexiest man at EST.
Sexiest man at EST.
What an honor that would be.
That would be incredible. We'd have to get a
plaque.
We'd have to get a framed certificate.
Maybe a piece of paper. Yeah, something like that.
We'd get a Post-it note.
This came in from a former teammate of mine. Which, I'll just say, he says, this is from C. Hendo. Hey, Reid, in light of Jay's rose-colored glasses for cheaters, maybe we need a list of the top cheaters in sports history. Maybe we could make that tomorrow's in honor of Bill Belichick not getting.
Yeah, we could do something like that, or
off-topic topic.
We could maybe do, or is that something we do during the Olympics?
Yeah, maybe that's a good Olympics category.
When we won't have any Oilers games going on.
We could just highlight the story of
break that one down
of an average person that you wouldn't have gotten the headlines like Pete Rose or Brady did with Deflategate, but it's an incredible story of cheating.
Yeah,
highlight them. Cheater Week.
That'd be a good one.
Remember Ben Johnson promoted that energy drink, Cheetah?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And the catchphrase was, "I'm not a cheetah."
Oh, my goodness. Well, at least he made some money off it. Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. Why limit your choices when you can have it all? Play Alberta, your go-to app for casino games, sports betting, and lottery, all in one place with easy access to real money games. You can enjoy everything Alberta has to offer right at your fingertips. Download Play Alberta now. Start playing today. PlayAlberta.ca. Go there and look for EST specials. Jay's Play of the Day is a huge basketball parlay. All right, here's the coup.
Thatcher Demko's injury-riddled year gets worse as he's set to miss the remainder of the Canucks season. The 30-year-old is scheduled for hip surgery next week, with Demko kicking into a 3-year extension worth over $25 million overall starting next season. Meanwhile, Brian Rust of the Penguins received a 3-game suspension for elbowing Brock Besser in the face Sunday night. Besser is now in concussion protocol and on the injured reserve. 10 games in the league tonight. The Canucks swim with the Sharks, the Jets drop the puck with the Devils, and the Leafs joust with the Sabres. In other news, Bills have made a promotion, naming offensive coordinator Joe Brady as their head coach. The 36-year-old gets a 5-year contract in the move, fresh off his 4th season with the club. Over in the NBA, it's the Blazers and Wizards hitting the deck at 5 o'clock. Total of 7 games around the association tonight. And out in Mississauga, it's a battle of Alberta going down between Team Skurlik and Team Sturming, with 3 other matches going live at that same time. This sports update is brought to you by Advantage Sports Medicine. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists, and you've got a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Call them at 780-460-9977 or visit their website at advantagesportmed.ca to book an appointment today. More with Reid and Jay after the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Craig Button's going to join us.
Similar comments. Oh, Reid Borkin can't play defense. I think that you have a lot of similarities with Evan Bouchard. It's easy to look at what he might not do really well. You take him for what he is. Okay, he plays big minutes. He does some special things with the puck. He's got a great shot. Like, if I had a replacement for that team, get Colt Parayko off the team and put Evan Bouchard on.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Weekday mornings 6 to 9.
Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
When you cater with Royal Pizza, you're getting the same great pizzas, pastas, and salads you love, just bigger and built for a crowd. Perfect for teams, offices, or parties, Royal Pizza's catering brings real value around $10 per person. Delicious, high quality, and easy. If you like their pastas, you'll love their catering pastas even more. Visit royalpizza.ca or contact your local store for exact pricing and details.
So come on home, Royal Pizza, still making it great.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Yeah. It's the glue guy, holding it down. You know the vibe. Friday night lights to early morning strides. Used to lace up the cleats, crowd screaming my name. Now I'm lacing up Nikes, but the hustle's the same. Studio lights, hot takes, I'm running the game. Half marathons on Sunday, still chasing
All right.
the fame. They
Is this
call
the
me
glue guy grind?
Guy, sticking teams together.
Incredible.
The
one and only.
Never lost the fire, just changed the endeavor.
Thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon. He is the glue guy, Jason Milne. I am Reid Wilkins. The Coob is here as well. We are in the Canadian Brewhouse studio, so you still got a few days to try out the wing flavors of the month for January. Mediterranean Greek versus Southern Barbecue. Try them anytime or 69 cents all day every Wing Wednesday. So that's tomorrow. The Canadian Brewhouse, our house, is your house. And, of course, you can text us, 780-218-9999. Afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino. Turning 20 this year, celebrating big. Over $1 million in prizes. They're going to have 35 winners of $20,000 in casino free plays. 9 brand new cars. What else? 56 winners of $1,000 in cash. This promotion is 10 months long. It goes until October 26th. And you can go to rivercreeresort.com. If you're taking us in on YouTube, thank you for doing so. We are about a dozen thumbs away from 100. So if you haven't clicked yet, please give us a click. And you can also vote the off-topic topic for William Huff. We're trying to determine your opinion here. The sexiest man at EST. We have divided the 12 men here into 3 categories of 4 based on age. So we're in the middle age range. We're calling it the prime cut category. Lieutenant Eric, Jason Milne, Shawn Belle, and Tom Gazzola.
Yes.
In the first hour of the show, we had the Silver Foxes. Joaquin Gage emerged ahead of me, Dustin Nielsen, and Hernan Salas. In the last hour of the show, we'll have a Wannock, YouTube Trev, Ben Thompson, and Zach Kubish, and then we'll have the final voting tomorrow. It's going to be incredible.
Incredible. Yes.
In our own minds.
Just having fun.
Yeah, might as well have
Why
fun.
not?
I think there's enough going on in the world that isn't fun. We might as well have fun for a few hours every day here on EST. Why not?
Join us, will you?
Yeah. I always found that too. That, like, if the worst thing you can say about the show is that we goofed around, I will take that.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Have I ever said this to you? I have found over the course of, in my career anyway, being specifically a talk show host, and, in this town you talk about Oilers a lot, 3 biggest complaints I have received. Number 1 and 2, I'm not sure which one would be greater, but for argument's sake, number 1, you're too negative about the Oilers. You're overly negative. Number 2, you're overly positive about the Oilers. You refuse to criticize them. And the number 3 biggest complaint I've received. This is the truth. Probably, like, informally, just remembering things over the years where people have sent me a message, this, and this. The number 3 biggest complaint I've received is that people have said I have an annoying laugh.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's quite a...
I mean, I've received other complaints that I'm just annoying in general.
Well, but yours is more of a chuckle. It's a gleeful chuckle.
I guess. It's just how I laugh.
I love it. It makes me laugh.
Well, some people like it.
I think
so to me, the first 2 cancel out.
Yes, they should.
And the third one, well, I'm sorry for expressing.
You got to live with
sorry
that.
for expressing joy. I gotta live with it. There's only so much I can do about it.
Oh,
that's why sometimes you gotta.
You've never told me that.
You have to choose who you take direction and criticism from.
Yes.
What's the old saying? Don't take criticism from someone you wouldn't take advice from.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. So
I think your laugh is lovely.
Well, if my laugh annoys you, I do apologize.
Can I just say,
it ain't changing.
If any laugh really annoys you, like there's those ones that you've seen on like talk shows where it's like the most annoying laugh in the world.
Sure.
And it's like, no, stop it. But if a laugh of someone having a laugh and being joyful is annoying, that's a different world. I think.
Yeah. Well, as we know,
that's like a world where they don't vote Bill Belichick in as a first ballot Hall of Famer.
That's true. That's true. But hey, as we know from not just these jobs, but from humanity, there are people who look for reasons to be unhappy every day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I choose not to. I choose to find ways to be very happy.
Yeah, I would sooner do that as well.
Yeah.
That's why on this show, if something comes up that we enjoy, we're going to roll with it. We want to vote for the sexiest man at Edmonton Sports Talk. We'll do it as a vote.
Why not?
If we want to argue about Bill Belichick, we'll do it.
We will.
Why not? And if we want to do the Oil Understood, we'll do that as well.
We'll do it now.
Because we love that it is presented by GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around, from turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They are the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years, and now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel! Understood. I was like the guard signaling for the snap. Throwing my left arm out. Well, we got to work against the crowd noise. You imagine if there were just people around us just yelling, trying to distract us the whole time? Well, some people would probably like to do that. All right. Oilers won 7-4 last night. Was that the final score? Sometimes I forget to count the empty netters. I did do that on post games a couple times. I gave the rock because I didn't count the last empty netter in the game.
Well, yeah. Okay.
I mean, how hard is it to score on an empty net?
From behind your net? It's tricky. No, but Ekholm did it.
It's pretty good. Chris Knobloch, happy to see Mattias Ekholm get the hat trick.
Pretty remarkable tonight what happened with, just the back-to-back hat tricks, and then Mattias, playing as many games as he has, and then finally getting his first. He told me he was close to getting a hat trick a long time ago. Had a situation where he had an empty net opportunity, missing that, but tonight he wasn't missing that. That was right down the middle. And, it's good. It's nice to have those guys. And, I don't think it was the odds of him scoring a hat trick tonight were probably pretty low. And, it's pretty exciting. He's been playing really good hockey. And the fact that he got 3 tonight, everyone's really happy for him.
So what was Saturday? 6-5 in overtime. Yesterday was 7-4. That's a total of 11 goals. Mattias Ekholm talking about some high-scoring hockey.
You're asking a defensive defenseman to love a 7-4 win. I don't know. I love the win. I love every win. I know they're hard to come by, and you got to celebrate your wins. But I agree with that too. I thought we could have played maybe a little bit of not as safe as death. You can't play safe, but a little bit more of a sounder, cleaner defensive third period. With that said, you're absolutely right. Like we can run and gun with the best of them. So, it's both ways.
Sorry for jumping in there, but Jay knows what I'm going to say because we talked about it earlier. Look, anybody who says to me giving up 9 goals in 2 games isn't great, I agree. Anybody who says allowing a fairly weak power play, allowing them 3 goals isn't great, I agree. But I also, I kind of always temper that, where it's like, okay, these weren't playoff games. I was listening to the morning show this morning, and somebody wrote into the guys, well, the Oilers allowing 9 goals in 2 games isn't going to get you very far in the playoffs. Okay, but sometimes with that stuff, I look at the bigger picture. Everybody, the Anaheim Ducks are the second worst defensive team in the NHL based on goals against. Only the Vancouver Canucks have allowed more goals. So yes, the Oilers gave up 4. 5-on-5, they only gave up 1. Like if you played the Ducks, now I know the Ducks were missing players, but for argument's sake, if this was game 1 of a 7-game series, you'd probably say, well, you gave up too many goals, but Anaheim's power play probably won't score 3 again in a game. So I get it. The Oilers have to be better. I have my own concerns with the third line, that kind of stuff. I do think if you're going to be a championship team, like a really good team, a playoff team, you have to win a variety of different ways. The most reliable way to win is to be a solid defensive team. I agree with that. But sometimes the poop hits the fan. Mm-hmm. and you might have to get to 4, 5, or 6, or you might fall behind. I mean, here's the way I look at it, everybody. I'll even use a game as from last year's final as an example. And I know everyone's, they didn't win the series, Reid. Like, calm down. This is the thing where you're being too positive about the Oilers. I'm going to upset people that just want to treat them like a last place team all the time. Game 4, they fall behind 3-0. So right there, you have to get to at least 4 to win it. Right there. And then it went to overtime, and they had to get to 5. They had the ability to do it. Like you can't just give up on games because you can't score. Okay, it's 3-1. You're down 3-0, 3-1, 4-1. It's still nice to think, like even that Pittsburgh game, down 3-0. They got that shorthanded goal, 3-1. I know they wound up losing, but at least you're thinking, well, maybe they get a power play. Maybe they luck out and get a 2-man advantage. Like maybe they can fight back. So yes, I agree. This can't be a habit allowing 4 or 5 goals every game, but it's nice to have the high-end guys who can pull it out of the fire in those games sometimes. And that's the theme for the Oilers this year. Several of the high-end guys are having incredible seasons. McDavid, Hyman's rate is as good as anything. Bouchard's having an incredible year. And Draisaitl, I guess you'd say Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins are kind of having as expected years. So it's still nice to have those guys on the team. I agree. We can still talk about the goaltending, about the defensive play, all that kind of stuff. But late January, they had to get to 6. They needed 5. They got 7 last night. I'm saying fine. Bank the points. Keep working.
Well, and if you look at their season-long averages, Reid, goals for per games played, it's at 3.44 on the season. For the month of January, it's over 4.
Right.
Okay, so it's higher. Their goals against per game play on the season, they're giving up 3.2 on the season. In January, it's 3.08. So it's lower than the average. So even though it looks like Goalapalooza and they're giving up and it's a world of, oh my gosh, what this can't sustain. They're actually doing a lot better in the month of January in the 12 games they've played than they have been all year by average.
Right.
Okay. So, but that, I don't see, maybe this is just my newness to all of this, Reid. And maybe this is my naivete. But are you really upset if your team puts up 6 goals, 5 goals, and they win 5-4? I mean, in this case, with 2 empty netters, they won 7-4.
Right?
Is that a point of contention? That should be. Oh yeah, well, we're in a shootout, but the Oilers came out on the positive side of it, right? I mean, yeah, if they're winning games 7-4, 6-4, 6-3, 5-3, 5-4, they're still winning games. And these are, Anaheim had a pushback in the third period. And, you're thinking, oh, boy, and they did close it. They did close the gap, but the Oilers did that in the second period for 4 straight minutes where they took over the game. So they did the same thing to the Anaheim team, and Anaheim fans would be saying, oh, gosh, the wheels are falling off. So it happens both sides. It's just as Oilers fans, I think, obviously, you're more attentive when it happens to your team.
Right. Oh, for sure. And that's why, I always try to bring up the context. And that's why my concern about the Oilers is sort of that third line scoring because, Bellezy talked about it in the Stanley Cup final, but even some other teams, the Oilers player, they come through town, and I'm looking at the lineup and I'm looking at this. Like, there was a team they played, who was it? Was it somebody on Washington? Somebody on this homestand. Like, they had a 4th liner with 8 goals,
This is like Bronco Nick says, 2 shutouts skew the numbers. Yeah, they do, Bronco Nick.
But they got shutouts, though.
They got them.
Like, they count.
What are you talking about? Why can't you just say, yeah, well, they got 2 shutouts? You're just, why can't you be happy with that? Why do you have to say, yeah, but 2 shutouts skew the numbers? What are we doing? I don't understand that. Why do you feel the need to point that out? Like, as if that's a bad, yeah, but, well, they got those 2 shutouts, Jay. Oh, sorry, I forgot.
So they wanted better.
You wanted those to be close games.
Better goaltending, and now they get better goaltending. Well, we can't count the games with good goaltending.
I don't understand that. That's what I just talked about, and I didn't even see it in the chat until I went back and looked. Yeah, but heaven forbid they got 2 shutouts. Yeah. Well, those count too. And they got shut out 1-0 in that stretch too.
Like, I'll just say to Bronco Nick, the 13 games that the Broncos won shouldn't count. You have to ignore those.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love Bronco Nick.
We do.
He's probably just joking around too. We need 4 thumbs to get to 100. Okay, let's introduce this topic because we'll get it rolling now, and then we'll probably get a bunch of stuff coming in too that we'll get to in the final hour of the show. And we do have a really cool guest coming up at 5 o'clock. Thoughts on the Prime broadcast last night?
Ooh.
I did not watch it because I was at the game, but I understand that it's being talked about. So we'll dive into that for buying or selling when we get back. Here's the Coop.
It's been reported that 8-time Super Bowl champion Bill Belichick has fell short of becoming a first-ballot Hall of Famer. Belichick required at least 80% of the votes to make it into the Hall. And what is his first year of eligibility? Vancouver's Thatcher Demko will undergo hip surgery next week and has been ruled out for the remainder of the season. The injury is unrelated to the one that kept him out last year, with the 30-year-old missing 20 games so far this season. For the Penguins, Brian Russ has received a 3-game suspension from the league. He elbowed Vancouver's Brock Besser in the final seconds of Sunday's game. Besser has now been moved to injured reserve and is in concussion protocol. Half a dozen games get going at 5 o'clock. It's the Knights and Canadians hitting the ice. Akira Schmid, the confirmed starter for Vegas. Meanwhile, the Leafs and Sabres drop the puck as Detroit plays host to LA. Tipping off in the NBA, it's the Blazers and Wizards getting things going at 5 with a total of 7 games on tap in the association. Over in curling, Alberta's Skurlik and Alberta's Sturmey hit the Pebble at 5. Skurlik's team is 3-1, winning 3 in a row. Sturmey is 2-2. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. Paramount Flooring wants to give you more. Get free premium underlay included with any in-stock carpet purchase. Are you ready to treat your feet? Catch them in-store or online at ParamountFlooring.ca. We dive into yesterday's broadcast of the game on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
The EST Hangout.
Yeah, but again, when you do this, my son knows that, Daddy, why is he saying a swear word?
Yeah.
Are the words. He doesn't know it's the F word, but he knows it's a swear word.
It's bad.
It's bad.
You don't do that.
Exactly. So what, you fine him $5,000? No, sit his ass for a game. Like, honestly, that's not acceptable.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage.
Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Sentinel Storage presents Team Canada ice dancers Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier on Support from Home.
We're celebrating all the people at home, the people that have supported us. We know our community is going to be cheering for us, and we know the country is going to be cheering for us. Thank you, Canada.
Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Team Canada.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc, we're the experts you need to know.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
All right, appreciate you tuning in this afternoon. My, oh my, we're having a good time. Oilers did not skate today. Their next game is Thursday. Is that San Jose? The Sharks? The Finns coming to town? the Jawses, the sea predators, the tuna eaters, the sharks eat tuna?
I don't know. Probably.
There's got to be a marine biologist in the audience.
There must.
So that's a 7 o'clock game, and it'll be a 6 o'clock GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. All right. We got a really special guest coming up at the top of the hour. Simon Chen is going to join us. He was at the game last night. He plays for the Chinese national hockey team, coached by Perry Pern.
Very cool,
Edmontonian. So we're gonna meet him, get to know him. He's gonna tell his story. I talked to him briefly last night, so it's just gonna be an awesome feature segment. And right now, so we're gonna kind of introduce this here because Jay is pretty sure we're already getting. Well, people were writing in about it before we even brought it up.
Yes.
Buying or selling for Damon Bunting, a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com, Instagram handle, Damon Bunting Real Estate.
Well, yeah, I want to know your thoughts on the Amazon Prime broadcast last night. I can tell you firsthand, for me watching it on the Prime app on my TV, and keep, like I live in a rural area, okay? So that's a me problem as well with internet capabilities and whatnot. But it was hard to watch. Like it would glitch quite a bit.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I just saw somebody here, Maddie Ray's said that depends on internet quality and device capabilities. They tried on 5 devices. It only looked good on the PlayStation and laptop. TV and Fire Stick were unwatchable.
Really?
So that's a real problem, Reid. I mean, okay, the streaming thing is taking over. It's inevitable, in my opinion.
Sure.
But that's an issue that you're going to have to overcome, I guess. I don't know. I'm sure if you're living downtown with the greatest internet, you'd probably have a better stream. Okay?
Smooth. Yeah.
Smooth. That's a me problem. I'm not moaning about that. The broadcast itself, what are your thoughts? Send us in. Send us a note in the Nasty Chat. Hit us up on the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox at 780-218-9999. I thought the play-by-play of John Forsland, Jody Shelley, friend of the show, and I'm not just saying this because Jody Shelley
Jody is
like
excellent.
it is good. It is as watchable as what we're used to seeing with Jack and Louie. I mean, obviously, there's that calming voice of Jack and Louie. That's going to happen where you might prefer them more because that's what you're used to. That's human nature. That's not new. I did think the intermission part of it was a bit interesting. I mean, Coob, you said you commented on something that the Chicklets guys did, poking fun at the Oilers or saying they're not going to win or they haven't won with McDavid.
Yeah, it was a bit of like a skit, and there was less game breakdown I found during the actual intermissions than there was, I don't know, certain interviews or skits beforehand. And they've done it on another Prime broadcast for the Oilers that I've noticed. And I don't watch every Monday night Prime hockey game, right? But they had Paul Bissonnette hosting a fake sort of game show that was pre-recorded and some good production quality. Like they're adding different kind of things to the broadcast, but they had Ryan Whitney and Keith Yandel kind of playing in a game show, and they were talking about rivalries, the best rivalries in the NHL. They brought up the Habs and Canadians, or no, that's the same team, Habs and Bruins, the Flames and the Oilers, and the Sens and
So you think it was like a little bit off-putting?
Yeah, they kind of ranked it. Yeah, it wasn't.
And know your
overly
audience,
funny.
I would suggest.
Yeah.
I mean, Bootsky says selling the Prime broadcast was really bad. The skit they put on during the first intermission was next level bad. Woof.
Yeah.
I mean, it just takes getting used to. I mean, has Lauren McDavid ever been on a Sportsnet podcast with Gene at an intermission? I don't know.
She was on a 6:30 Ched face-off show.
Okay.
I interviewed her in Studio 99.
Yeah.
She was there in the capacity representing the Oilers' wives and girlfriends and their work with the Christmas.
I didn't have a problem with it. Yeah. I have not seen her on a Sportsnet thing. I mean, maybe they just they feel they have to do all these things. Where was it here? Bryce, the Combine crew, he sent in a text. He says he really enjoyed the broadcast. He also liked the warm-up camera. watching the team warm up is a cool touch. I thought they did
that's
a
one
good
of
job.
Gager's favorite things. Like you tune in a little bit early before puck drop, and you can just see the rink, and it's just there. Like
For
you
me,
just tune in.
it was
It's
just
pretty cool.
It was just the quality. Like I couldn't.
Yeah.
It would glitch, and the audio would keep going, but the video would stop.
Yeah,
it was kind of annoying.
That really grinded my gears because I'd be watching and I thought it was the play and it was kind of following along, and Forsland would call a goal and it wouldn't be on the screen.
Oh, wow.
Because it'd buffer and then come back. But yet again, that's also internet issues. One thing I really liked that stood out to me, though, is when Evan Bouchard wound it up for a Bouch bomb, it would show the miles per hour, 99 miles an hour, and would give the conversion to kilometers. I thought that was nice. They had some decent stats. Like
Very
I do like
Canadian.
their scoreboard
Very
as well.
neighborly.
Yeah, they fit it in. Couple different camera angles as well at the low hash marks right along the wall.
You know what?
For the puck drop too. That was cool.
I know what you're talking about, Coob. You know, it's great to have Jason Smith on talk a bit, but like Chris Pronger, I feel is pretty good at breaking down and analyzing the game. I would have liked a little bit more of that, of what happened in the last period, but they're only there one night, right? So they kind of got to play the hits and try to appease as many people. I'm not going to sit here and berate it. It is what it is. But for me, the quality of it and trying to actually view it was the hardest part.
All right, we'll talk more about this later because I have some questions because I didn't see it.
Sure, you were there,
and I also have perspective on just how. But I have seen other Prime broadcasts, so we'll dive into that. And I have some things that I think, for my mind, I sort of note when I've watched in the past or hearing a little bit from last night. It's 4:57. Simon Chen is going to join us. Plays on the Chinese national hockey team. They were at the game last night. They're playing some games here in Alberta, so we're going to get to know him a little bit. Coob has a sports update too in a couple minutes.
Two guys and a goalie.
Hire it or fire it for GS Construction. The Sharks or Ducks will win the Pacific Division before the Oilers do.
I'm going to hire it.
Really?
Yeah. Those are two teams on the rise. The Oilers are a veteran team that I don't think they really care about the regular season.
Two guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
Sentinel Storage presents Team Canada Ice Dancers, Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier on Support from Home.
We're celebrating all the people at home, the people that have supported us. We know our community is going to be cheering for us, and we know the country is going to be cheering for us.
Thank you, Canada. Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Team Canada.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
Sentinel Storage presents Team Canada Ice Dancers, Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier on Support from Home.
We're celebrating all the people at home, the people that have supported us. We know our community is going to be cheering for us, and we know the country is going to be cheering for us.
Thank you, Canada. Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Team Canada.
Running your own small business takes courage, and as it grows, so does your team. That's why Alberta Blue Cross offers health, dental, life, disability, and wellness benefits designed for small businesses. Because we know a healthy team means a thriving business. Join over 5,000 Alberta businesses who have chosen us to help their business grow and succeed. Alberta Blue Cross takes care of you and your employees, so you can take care of your business. Visit ab.bluecross.ca to find a plan that's right for you.
At Mind 360, we invite you to embark on your mental health journey in a safe and comfortable space. Conveniently located in St. Albert, Mind 360 has a diverse team of experienced clinicians that offer a broad range of tailored services for children, adults, and families. Furthermore, we are very proud to serve our military, veterans, and first responders. If you're looking for counseling, treatment, or assessment, understand that you are not alone. Contact Mind360 at mind360.ca to book an appointment today.
From BC, the Lions have extended quarterback Nathan Rourke to a deal that gets him locked up through 2028. Rourke's previous deal was set to expire at the end of the 2026 campaign, with the 27-year-old throwing for over 5,200 yards with 31 touchdowns and 16 interceptions this past season. And it's been reported that 8-time Super Bowl champ Bill Belichick has fallen short of becoming a first-ballot Hall of Famer. Belichick, in his first year of eligibility to enter the Pro Football Hall of Fame, needed at least 80% of the votes to make it in. Vancouver's Thatcher Demko is set to undergo hip surgery next week. He's been ruled out for the remainder of the season. And hitting the ice tonight, it's the Knights and Canadiens facing off Akira Schmid, the starter for Vegas. Meanwhile, the Leafs and Sabres drop the puck as Detroit plays host to LA. And tipping off in the NBA, it's the Blazers and Wizards getting things going in just a moment. Total of 7 games on tap tonight. While at the Scotties, Alberta's Skurlik and Alberta's Sturmey hit the Pebble in just a second. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. The third and final hour of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
Okay, so the off-topic topic for William Huff, we're trying to determine Edmonton Sports Talk's sexiest man. So Tom Gazzola has advanced to the final from the prime cut category, 39% of the vote. Lieutenant Eric, Jason Milne, Shawn Belle also in that category. Earlier today, it was Joaquin Gage advancing out of the Silver Fox category. So you're voting in the nasty chat on YouTube. So maybe you don't often go in on YouTube. If you're on iHeartRadio or TuneIn Radio, jump in there before 6 o'clock, and then you can vote in the Young Buck category. Matthew Iwanek, YouTube Trev, Ben Thompson, and Zach Kubish. And then we'll have the 3 finalists with a wild card participant tomorrow, and we'll have voting for the entire show.
I just love that a member of the Chinese national hockey team, Simon Chen, is listening to this and wondering, well, what the heck is going on
I'm
here?
sure he understands. If Perry Pern told him anything about me, he knows that the show meanders and we do a lot of fun stuff. But let's bring him in on the Oil Country Towing video hotline. Simon Chen checking in. Simon, it's Reid and Jay. How are you doing?
Good. How are you? Can you guys hear me?
We got you, sir, and we appreciate you doing this. It was great to talk to you last night and set this up. What do you think of the game last night? Have you ever watched an NHL game from the press box level before? How was the experience?
No, it wasn't my first time, but I mean, from that high up from the skybox, it was definitely a surreal experience. You know, thanks to Perry. I know obviously he's an Alberta legend. He's got all sorts of connections. So he's hooking the boys up big time. But no, just seeing it, like, it's my first time ever to Edmonton, Alberta, just seeing, like, this town, like, actually just breathe hockey. You know, you go into a restaurant, the Oilers on there, you pretty much go everywhere and you can't miss the Edmonton Oilers. And just being there in person and seeing that big dub for the boys, it was a really, surreal experience. And especially for a lot of the local guys, younger guys, it's their first time ever to North America. For them to get to experience, like, this is actual hockey. This is like what hockey is like. So it's I'm really happy that they get to experience that. But obviously thanks to our coach Perry again for hooking us up.
Yeah, Perry Pern, legend for sure. So we want to get to know you a little bit. So I guess, like, what's your background? Where did you grow up? Where did you start playing? How do you wind up on the Chinese national team? Like, could you sort of give us the Coles notes of your hockey journey?
Yeah. I mean, I'll keep it short. So I was born and raised in Beijing, China. I started playing hockey at this age of 6 at this like shopping mall downtown. I'm pretty sure it was like one of the only 2 rinks, and it wasn't even like a standard size rink. It's literally tiny, but that's how I started playing. And then by the time I was 13, 14, 11 or 12, like all my buddies had to give up playing because the academic stress the workload was so much that they had to give up hockey, to focus on school, which sucked. But when I was that age, I was playing, in a beer league with 40, 50-year-old men because there wasn't any, guys that are my age or who would still play hockey. So at the end of the day, my parents sent me to prep school in Boston for 4 years. It was in North Andover, so about 45 minutes north of Boston, a little cool town, and that's where I went to prep school, play hockey. Afterward, I played in the BCHL, the Junior A League, at Cowichan Valley, which it was on Victoria Island, a beautiful place. So I stayed there for 2 years. I got a scholarship to play the NCAA Division One hockey at the University of Alabama in Huntsville. So by the time, it was the only D1 hockey program in down south. But too bad, they folded their program, I guess, because of various region budget and traveling. Because we had to literally travel to Alaska to play some hockey. Like imagine going from Alabama to Alaska. That was quite a long way. But after that, I dropped out of college, so I only stayed there for a year. Came back to China in 2019 because that's when we got the bid for the 2022 Winter Olympics, and the sports bureau kind of asked me, hey, if you want to kind of be on the team, be in consideration, come back, kind of play local, and kind of be part of the training. It's not even a training camp; it's like a training, kind of like a training regime. Like we spent 2 to 3 years preparing for that. So doing that span of 3 years, I played in the Russian KHL with the Kunlun Red Star. We were based in Moscow. That was just a surreal experience as well, jumping from barely playing in college to playing against Nikita Gusev, Alexander Nikishin, all these, really good hockey players. And the first moment, I think my first game ever was against SKA, I believe, and Nikita Gusev was on the other end, and I was like, I did not belong on the ice with this guy at all. There's no correlation between Simon Chen and Nikita Gusev. We do not belong on the same sheet of ice. But we made it work. So there was a lot of talk outside that if the Chinese men's national hockey team belonged on the Olympic stage. So what ended up happening was we had a bunch of players with Chinese descent, or just a bunch of North American that came and played with us, but they obviously all play for China, the Kunlun team, for 2 to 3 years. So we're all really close. We're all part of the family. We have Brendan Yip, Boston legend. We have Jeremy Smith, one of my best buddies on the team. He was our starting goalie. He's from Birmingham, Michigan. But he was proud to represent China, and we're still messaging, talking at this date. But just being able to step on the ice at the Olympic level was a dream come true, because being a Beijing kid, born and raised, I saw these buildings, these stadium when they were under construction back in the day, and now I got the chance to play in that. So that was a dream come true. But even though it was during COVID, but seeing my parents in the stands, wearing that flag on your shoulder, it just reminds me how much my passion towards hockey, my passion towards representing my country. On the ice, we played against Canada twice, USA and Germany. I mean, we didn't win any of them, but the Germany game was a very close game. It was 2, I think we lost 2 to 3. But, we had a lot of greater scoring chances. But there's that. And then after the Olympics, we kind of hung around in the KHL for a season or two. Then, but now I'm back in China. We have our own pro league. So my agenda is kind of, playing the Asian Championship that happens every year. So we play against teams from Korea, Japan, and Kazakhstan. And then we have our little, the World Championship. It's the same World Championship that Canada plays in, except we're 2 divisions lower.
Right.
So they're in the top divisions with USA, Canada, not Russia, Finland, Sweden. But and then there's 1A and then 1B. So we're in 1B. I mean, it's relatively still good hockey, but obviously not like NHL level or, but we're catching up. With under pair, we have the chance to come to Alberta, come to Edmonton. Play some scrimmages. Get the games in our belt. Yeah, so there's that. That's kind of my background. I'm sorry, if I
that's incredible. I mean, because I didn't ask you this last night because I kind of wanted to do the interview and find out about you. So you're born in Beijing. I want to just clarify a couple of things because you know what hockey is like in Canada. I mean, kids might move away in their teens, go play Western Hockey League, go to a prep school, but you went Beijing to the Boston area. How old were you when you did that?
I think I was 14, I think.
Like
how
hard was that? Like,
I mean, for me, I'm an extrovert. I already know the language, but probably not as fluent as I am now. I had a roommate, but overall, I was just excited to be there. My parents wasn't there with me, but I think I would say for the first week and a half, I was a little homesick. I would Skype them. We still use Skype back in the day, so I would Skype them once in a while. But after that, I was just kind of like, I'm loving this. I get to go to school. I get to play hockey. I go to a practice every day. I get to hit the gym. It's like a whole curriculum. I didn't have that back in China, but now in the States, you feel that these kids, they eat, they go to school and they use hockey. It's unreal. For me personally speaking, the transition period wasn't very hard. And then, I just love the North American culture, how, sports play such a significant part of people's life, because it's not like that in China, right? The way kids grow up in China is you go to school, you do work, and then you try to find a decent job. But in North America, it's all about time management. It's about what you want to do as a kid, and if the school, the parents are allowing the kids to pursue their own dream. For a lot of us, the dream was, I'm not saying NHL, but to play college hockey.
Right.
College hockey is huge in the New England area, in the East Coast. So that's, a lot of my buddies, my roommate, all they wanted to be growing up. So, for me, it wasn't a culture shock, but instead I really embraced the culture. I loved it. It was probably, the best 4 years of my life.
So how many languages do you speak?
Just two, English and Chinese. I can barely write in Chinese because it's so hard. It's pure memorization. All these symbols, I can read them, but I can't write them. But I did try to pick up Spanish in high school, but that didn't really go well. But just imagine you trying to learn a third language through your second language. You know what I mean? It was It was a little tricky. So imagine you're trying to learn Chinese through Spanish. Like, imagine how hard that would be. So that didn't go as planned. So, I can still speak a little bit, but I wouldn't say I'm very fluent. But Chinese and English for sure.
Okay.
So Simon Chen from the Chinese national hockey team joining us here on the Reid Wilkins Show. Simon, you're 28 years old, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So is your journey from China to Boston, then to the BC, then is that similar to other teammates that you're traveling around Canada with right now? Is that a similar journey that a lot of those your teammates have taken as well?
No, not at all. Like right now, we don't have our full team because we have some guys playing in North America as well. But I would say 99% of our team are like strictly homegrown. Like these kids are born and raised in China. They're not from Beijing. They're from like the northeastern area of China. Think of it, think of it as like the Minnesota area, the Maine, of China, where, it's cold up there, right? So what do they do in the winter? They pick up winter sports. And a lot of these kids, funny story is for them, it was actually, if you'd rather go to the military or you play hockey, or, you want to be a farmer or play hockey. Because, a lot of these kids weren't good in school. That was the case back in the day. But now I would say it's a little bit better. But for them, it's so much different there compared to North America. Like here, parents spent money, right? Send them kids to travel hockey, AAA hockey, and then you play juniors and whatnot. But there, it's like you kind of go into like obviously you start with minor hockey, but by the time you're like 11 or 12, the city kind of like pick a team, right? And you don't have to pay a dime, so everything is paid by the city, by the government. You represent a city, you travel around. You live together. They have their own dormitory, their own training facility. I mean, I would say that's the best case scenario in China to develop hockey, because there's only so many players playing, right? And in order to be competitive, and they're trying to pick these players at a young age and kind of gel them together. So at least the only advantage they have is they get to play year round together as a team. Right. So a lot of our guys, they're 22, 23 now. I would say they probably started playing hockey together at the age of 14, 15. So they've known them for, they've known each other for all their lives. When I came back from North America in 2019, when I joined the national team, it was, for me, it was a little culture shock. Hockey is so much different. The culture is different. Right now we're trying to embed a little bit of that North American style, that culture, that professionalism into our team.
And what's the impact of Perry Pern on your team?
Well, I think just pay attention to the details, right? I mean, I think our guys can all shoot, they can pass, they can skate, but when you put everything together in a game situation, it's the details that matters. And is whether you chip the puck in, not an icing, you don't turn the puck over in the neutral zone, right? On the blue line, offensive zone, the blue line, or defensive blue line, you don't turn it over. Yesterday, I think it was Ekholm's second goal. It was off a terrible turnover from number 45 for Anaheim. I'm not sure his name, but you could have gotten in at the offensive zone, but instead he turned over at the blue line, and all of a sudden it was a 3-on-1 or 3-on-2 rush. So it's the little things that he's preaching us every day. It's different because the kids on our team, they never learned this back home, right? There was no system. There was no correct way of playing hockey. It was more individual stuff, individual talent. You go coast to coast. But here on a pro level or on an international stage, you have to play hockey the right way. I think that's what Perry, it's bringing to the table, and being more professional, I guess. How you handle yourself off the ice, away from the break, how you take care of your body. It's not only how it's not only the 90 minutes of work you put on the ice, but if do you get enough sleep? Are you staying hydrated? Are you eating well? Right? Are you being a accountable person off the ice? All that together, I think it makes a complete hockey player. And we're constantly preaching that in our team, because our team is still young, and a lot of these guys didn't have the privilege of having that culture growing up playing hockey. So I think coming to North America, to Alberta, it's definitely helpful. It's been an amazing trip so far. Okay, so
thanks for being so generous with time. This is an incredible story, great perspective. But before we let you go, who else are you playing here before the tour is done?
We're playing Concordia, and then we're going to Saskatchewan to play
Briarcrest, I think.
Oh wow, okay,
yeah. See, these ACAC school. We were in Toronto last year. We scrimmaged some youth sports team. We're very competitive. We played, I think, TMU, Toronto Metro University. We played Windsor University. I forgot the other ones. But so far we played Nate Toys. We played who do we play? Portage, I think. Portage or Portage. I mean, and then we played against Grant McEwen. It's actually the practice rink by the Rogers place. So
yes, yeah.
We won some, we lost some, but overall, it was surreal.
Simon, this is great. I mean, thanks for telling your story. I mean, wow. I think the greatest thing I take out of the story is just your commitment to the sport of hockey, which I think a lot of our audience is going to really appreciate. I mean, moving to the other side of the world and then moving across North America to pursue your love of hockey that you got to play to the Olympics. I mean, that's a really inspiring story. So thanks a lot for telling it.
No, thank you. It's just, being in Canada, just this country, it's all hockey here. It's I always say the fans are so lucky. I don't think they know that it's such a privilege to have this environment, this atmosphere, this city, this country, this town, just fucking breathe hockey. Sometimes we wish that we have it in China, but we don't. We have our pro league. We have fans, but sometimes it's in the hundreds. We'll be lucky if we get thousands here, like Rogers Place is packed, right, against a Monday night game or whatever. It's just it's surreal. So I mean, you guys are definitely lucky, and it's a privilege to come here to play. Seeing it, that's why, it's hockey is the number one sports. And that's what, Canada is the number one team in the world. So it's, I'm lucky to be here. Thanks for having me, boys. And, it's been fun.
Right on. Simon, thanks so much for your time. That's Simon Chen from the Chinese national hockey team. That is quite a story. He really showed his passion there.
He sure did. What a story.
That's
when you
incredible.
just said, hey, can you tell us a bit? And then he went off on this beautiful put together articulation of here to here to here to here to here, and then back over to the KHL. And then now, the miles that he has traveled in the name of hockey. And I think you summarized it really well with saying the passion that he has for hockey will be intoxicating to our listeners.
Yeah.
Because it's neat to hear it from that perspective.
Well,
right?
and he's not, I'm sure, well, I think he kind of touched on it. Like, he was like NCAA, right? And BCHL and the prep school. Like, I think if you start playing hockey in Canadian, as a Canadian kid, even if you're 3, somewhere in the back of your mind, or a parent's mind, or a grandparent's mind, or a sibling, maybe he's going to make the NHL. Maybe little Jay is going to make the NHL. Like, I don't know. Like, Simon just wanted to play at the highest level he could. Got to play in the Olympics. I mean, he's only 28. He's still playing. He's playing in the KHL. But yeah, he was great. That was really cool. That's the type of thing we like doing. Like, introduce you to people that you maybe wouldn't hear from otherwise, and give them a chance to tell their story. Really, really appreciate the compliments coming into the Nasty Chat about that interview. You can text us as well, 780-218-9999. Afternoon Inbox, presented by River Cree Resort and Casino. They have their River Cree mobile app, free to download, get exclusive offers and promotions, get show tickets, make reservations for hotel rooms and restaurants. It's safe, secure, and it is easy to use. Okay, 5:22. We got our words of the day coming up. We want to talk about the Prime Video broadcast a little more. I know Jay's been compiling some feedback about that. I want to ask some questions and give some things that I've noticed as well, watching them for, I guess, about a season and a half. Here's the Coob with the sports update.
5 games are live right now in the NHL. The Canadiens trail the Golden Knights 1-0 with 4 other games live midway through the opening frame. The Kings taking on the Red Wings, the Predators and Bruins going at it. Boston on a 5-on-4 power play, and at home the Maple Leafs challenge the Sabres. And Vancouver's Thatcher Demko is set to undergo hip surgery next week. He's ruled out for the rest of the season. For the Penguins is Brian Rust, being suspended for 3 games following an elbow he delivered to Brock Besser of the Canucks in the final second of Sunday's game. Besser has since been moved to injured reserve and is in concussion protocol. Over in the CFL, Nathan Rourke has signed an extension in BC to stay with the Lions through 2028. Rourke, the reigning most outstanding player and most outstanding Canadian, was set to become a free agent at the end of 2026. And tipping off in the NBA, there's 7 games on tap, 1 game live, 4:30 left to go in the first. Trailblazers down 21-18 against the Wizards. At the Scotties, it's Alberta's Skurlik and Alberta's Sturmey underway. No score just yet in the first end. The Reid Wilkins Show returns after a brief pause. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Oil Stream.
Which of Frederic or Mangiapane are more likely to figure their game out and become usable in the playoffs?
I would lean towards Mangiapane.
We only ask the hard questions here on the Oil Stream.
Yeah, I'd lean towards Mangiapane because he's actually had good games, whereas Frederic really hasn't.
Frederic really hasn't done anything all year.
No, exactly.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon.
Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
You already know where you should go to watch the big game. Where else but River Cree Resort and Casino? Come out to the venue for the massive football watch party on February 8th. Doors open at 3:30 with kickoff at 4:30. Your $35 ticket includes reserved seating and an all-you-can-eat buffet. Or sit in a premium black leather throne of comfort with the VIP lounge package, just $70 a seat. Don't miss out on the football action. Buy your tickets now at rivercreeresort.com. Must be 18 plus.
December's festive featured wing flavors are here at the Canadian Brewhouse. It's festive cranberry versus Korean bulgogi in the ultimate flavor showdown. Try them anytime or just 67 cents every Wing Wednesday for a limited time. The Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know. Simon Chen, he was a great interview from the Chinese national hockey team. They're playing some games in Alberta and Saskatchewan, coached by Perry Pern. They were at Rogers Place last night, so I got to talk to Simon in person a little bit too. Incredible interview. Loved his story. He's in the Nasty Chat now too. That's awesome. Hey, give us a thumbs up. We are over 100 thumbs, but if you've not given the show a thumbs up, why not do so? Pour some gravy on us with the thumbs.
I wonder if Simon Chen subscribed to Edmonton Sports.
Well, that'd be incredible if he did.
That'd be great. You can follow us.
Yeah, that's good stuff. He was awesome.
Fantastic.
Portions of this hour presented by Little Buckaroo Design. Since 2015, Little Buckaroo Design in New Sarepta has been saying, heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
We can do that. From heat press and embroidery to rhinestones, sublimation, DTF signs, and custom decals.
Decal!
Michelle and her team can make it happen. Stop by the showroom at 5063 Center Ave in New Sarepta. Call 780-984-2872 or check out their website, lilbuckaroodesign.ca.
Heck yeah!
I think I'm wearing one of their shirts.
You are.
Am I not? Yeah, they've wardrobed me quite nicely.
They have wardrobed you quite well.
Yeah,
and
great.
Actually, I should give a shout out. They did fantastic work. So, you know, our Fun Spiel is coming up this weekend. The EST Fun Spiel presented by Hammer Injury Law at the Shamrock this Saturday. One of the teams, it was Sobey Kirk, put together a team, and he wanted to get team shirts, team jerseys. So he sent me a message, say, "Hey, give me can I get the contact for Little Buckaroo?" So I sent him to Little Buckaroo. Bing, bang, boom. Here they've made custom shirts within a week.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Heck yeah. That's what they said.
Yeah, they can do it.
Heck yeah, they can.
Call them up. Heck yeah, they'll do it. Portions this hour presented by Little Buckaroo Design. Of course, Edmonton Sports Talk is presented by Play Alberta. Why settle for less when you can have it all? Only Play Alberta brings you casino games, live dealers, lottery, instants, and sports betting all in one place. PlayAlberta.ca, the Play Alberta app. Look for EST specials. Jay has a great, it might have started already, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, probably. But, you know, Jay always, there's other fun stuff going on there. Don't forget to use your game sense. So the Oilers did not practice today. Ekholm with the nice hat trick nice hat trick. That's almost downplaying. That's a nice hat trick. That was incredible. Great moment for him. Great moment for the team. Oh, you know what? Can the Oilers win 3 in a row? There's a big question.
Ugh.
Finally.
Hey, 2 out of 3 is just fine with me. That's a Stanley Cup winner there.
So the one thing I've been keeping track of, this is a total side note, tomorrow is their 55th game of the season. If they win tomorrow, it will tie the longest it's ever taken for them to win 3 games, which was 3 games in a row, which was 55 games back in 91-92.
Oh, my.
I know. I don't think this is not a record that anybody has looked at except me and Tom, I guess.
Nor does it mean
much. But if they don't win tomorrow, they will set the new team record for the longest time from the start of the season to have a 3-game winning streak. Okay. And not having one would still be in play. That would be a long time. Never in a season.
Bums.
Yeah.
Bums, Reid. Hey, speaking of the Shamrock.
Yes.
We got a limerick from the Shamrock.
We sure do.
From Gavin at the Shamrock. How can we determine who's hottest? Old Wilkie is far too modest. I'd give to Jay by far and away. Are the Greeks considered the most goddest?
That's pretty good.
That's
really good. That's excellent.
It's going in that special folder.
By the way, the off-topic topic for William Huff, we are in the final third of that today. We are doing a little voting tournament, so you have to go into YouTube and vote in the nasty chat. Edmonton Sports Talk's Sexiest Man, the Young Buck category. Matthew Awanek, YouTube Trev, Ben Thompson, and Zachary Kubish are currently the contestants. So we'll do the final voting tomorrow. Joaquin Gage has advanced. Tom Gazzola has advanced. And the strongest second-place finisher will advance.
Yes.
As determined by the math of Jason Milne. So there we go. So that's just something we're doing for fun. Because why not? We like to have fun. Okay, so we were talking about the Prime broadcast.
Yes.
So this is the second year that there have been Monday Night Hockey on Prime. Right? They bought these games from Rogers, from Sportsnet or whatever. So last night, it seems to me the consensus is, and I know there were people in the chat saying, no, they're good. I like the consensus. I feel the majority is that last night's broadcast left a little bit to be desired in terms of the non play-by-play and analysis part of it. Is that a fair, very fair summary? I know that doesn't apply to everybody, but maybe as a summary.
I did not see one comment about the play-by-play.
Well, Forsland's been doing it a long time.
In fact, I may have seen the opposite in some instances of that. This team might be better in some instances than what we're used to.
Well, Jody Shelley's excellent.
He's
Thomas
fantastic.
Hickey hasn't been doing it as long, but he's been pretty good. I guess the one thing that struck me is because I've worked in broadcasting a while. I'm going to tell everybody a little secret here. They don't exactly throw the money around. is that they bring 7 people into town for this, right? Am I missing somebody? John Forsland, Jody Shelley, Thomas Hickey, Adnan Verk, Blake Bolden, Chris Pronger, and Andy Petrillo. So they're bringing 7 people into town for one game.
Now, for what it's
Those
worth,
people got to be paid.
I think Chris Pronger was here still from the Shoresy event.
Okay, but he has been
on.
Right.
That's a lot. Yeah, that's a
so
crew.
that's and I know Hockey Night in Canada sends people out to different cities, but their panel is back in Toronto, right? Like with McLean, Luke is on it, Kelly's on it, Jennifer Botterill. I mean, Bieksa. Sometimes they rotate people in and out.
Yeah.
So those people are getting paid, but they're not traveling. So for kind of a game of the week thing on a platform you don't associate with hockey, I will give them credit. Like they're going for it.
Sure.
Like they didn't do this and be like, we're just going to do rinky dink, whatever. Like obviously they're taking it seriously. Good for them. I haven't watched a lot of Prime games that don't involve the Oilers because usually there'd still be something. Well, Monday nights in the fall, if the Oilers aren't playing, I'm watching Monday Night Football. I do think the presentation's been good. I think the graphics and all that are fine. I have felt that, and this is not a reflection, this isn't a criticism of the talent, because all these people are very good. Like Adnan's excellent. I mean, Andy has been doing it forever. Blake is a former player. I think she's maybe a little newer to broadcasting, but she's solid. I have felt, and people like this is, hey, tell them, like I was arguing about Bill Belichick earlier. People can tell me if they think that this is not correct. I have felt they've tried to take some different tactics with their pregame and intermission stuff. Probably to do something different than what is done on Hockey Night in Canada or TSN or Sportsnet regional broadcasts. I'm not sure those things have always been successful. And I've almost felt like they've tried to dumb it down in case they're bringing in a non-hockey audience, but it's been to the extent where it's like too dumb for people who watch hockey a lot.
in this market, like this market,
in this market,
or in any Canadian.
Yeah,
market.
like, yeah. And I didn't watch last night, but I'm like, I think last year they did, like, was Rolison there once, and it was kind of almost like, I don't know.
Well, for instance, I'll give you an example of what happened last night. Chris Pronger was praising Jason Smith for playing on a broken foot.
Okay.
And at one point he said, for those that don't know, when your foot's broken, that's a big part of pushing off when you're trying to skate and gather speed.
Well, of course, yeah.
Yeah, okay, most of the audience has grown up on skates, right? But I think that is part of, because this is not just broadcast in Edmonton. This is broadcast all across Amazon Prime. So clearly they are trying to pick up viewers that don't know much about hockey, and they're trying to do it in an entertaining fashion. Nobody can fault them for that. I mean, they paid big bucks for this. They're putting the star power behind it that they feel is best. But for those of us in this market, it might seem a little gimmicky, you could say, right? But I think the play-by-play quality was really good, really good. Now, the other thing to this, Reid, is it's what you're used to, and change is never easy. I could see Oilers fans scream, "Why are they doing this? Give me Jack and Louie," and the voice. You know the reactions. You know what that's going to look like. So change is never easy when you're doing, especially with your beloved sport or your beloved Oilers. So that's probably a major part of the pushback too. But for me, the one thing I said, the quality of viewing it was actually difficult.
Right.
Which
is unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, but this is how it's going, right? So Prime has Thursday Night Football. YouTube has broadcast. Now in the States, in Canada, TSN just picks everything up.
Yes.
But if you lived in the States, you'd have to have Prime. Netflix has showed NFL. I think YouTube has showed NFL.
I think Canada Day was on, or Christmas Day, Netflix
was Netflix.
Yeah. If you don't have Netflix, you can't watch it in the U.S.
Right.
And now UFC is Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
That's a big move for them.
Right. So these are now, like, they're channels. And I mean, well, this is what we're doing here. We're a radio station, but we're not, this is talk radio.
Yep.
It's a talk station. The way you get it is different.
Now, we don't have a paywall in front of anything, nor do we have ads that are constantly popping up that you have to skip.
True.
Right?
That's true.
We are as easy as it can be.
Right. So, just interesting hearing the feedback. I mean, I do think they have a good crew. I mean, they clearly have, because the game started at 6:45, so that's kind of that TV start time. So they have a little bit more for the pregame. And I do appreciate, like, they go to a city, well, they get Jason Smith on or whatever. So they try to link everything with the franchises that are involved.
Yep.
I did see Jody Shelley briefly after. We didn't talk about this. Just kind of said hi to him. But this is where it's going. And if the costs are a lot for Rogers or whoever, they're probably going to sell off days of the week or certain broadcasts.
Sure.
They will.
I mean, it's a business decision.
Yeah.
And it's theirs to make, because they're the rights holders.
And I think that most people would understand this in the audience, I'm sure. You can talk about there being 200 channels and streaming and YouTube and all these ways to get video. Live sports still does pretty well. Like, I saw that at my previous job, and I know I do take ratings with a grain of salt, but I remember when I was told the ratings for the Battle of Alberta series in 2022, like, I nearly pooped my pants. I was just like, that number makes no sense that it would be that high, but it probably was approximately that high. Even, Esks and Elks games over the years, even when they weren't that good, you'd see spikes. It's like live sports. People still, even if they're tuning in for 15 minutes, they want to hear what's going on. They want to know what's happening in the game.
Sure.
So Prime's thinking, well, why don't we get in on that? Maybe it's another way to bring people to our platform, and then they realize we have Landman or whatever. I don't know I can't remember what shows are on there, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Pluribus. On Prime?
Pluribus is on Apple, but you can get Apple through Prime.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of, did I not see a new Star Trek trailer last night on the Prime?
I think there is a new show. Starfleet Academy?
Yeah,
is that what it is?
Starfleet Academy.
I have not watched that. Yeah, I have not watched that.
I was thinking of you. I'm like, whoa. Because who's the guy? Paul Giamatti.
Oh, great actor.
I think he's in it.
He's in it?
He's one of the guys.
I don't know much about this one for some reason.
Funky face guy.
Oh, he's an alien face?
I don't know, like a Star Trek funky face guy.
Okay.
One of the he's been on Star Treks before.
The Paul Giamatti or the alien?
I don't think he's an alien. I think he's like a teacher or something, or a part of the Force, or like, because it's an academy. So from what I understand,
Starfleet Academy.
Yeah, Starfleet Academy.
Right.
What's his character?
He's the villain, half Klingon, half Tellarite.
Klingon. That was
okay.
It. Yeah.
He's some sort of a space pirate. Yeah, I've not watched. I don't know much about this show for some reason. Maybe I'll have to check it out or see what the reviews are like. 780-218-9999 is how you text us. That is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. How about this? DJ Pauly D performing at the venue at River Cree March 7th. George Thorogood and the Destroyers back at the venue March 19th for the Baddest Show on Earth tour. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com. Les says Star Trek Academy getting a lot of bad reviews. Okay, well, maybe I won't check it out then. That helps me right there.
You do whatever makes you happy, buddy.
Well, a lot of things make me happy.
Yeah.
Mostly arguing about Bill Belichick. Is he in the Hall of Fame yet? Have we seen the vote come out?
I haven't seen it. I have a feeling that this list of voters is going to get sussed out.
What if nobody voted for him? Like, what if it's not just, he needed 40 votes and he got 39? Like, what if it's like they all got together and we're like, no, we're not putting him in?
Well, then that would be the biggest sham, and you would lose your accreditation, or at least your public accreditation, very fast.
I guess. I don't know. Would you?
Oh, yes. Bill Belichick should be a first ballot Hall of Fame.
We're in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. The Canadian Brewhouse is showing you love. Download the app, earn double points on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Today's Tuesday. Triple on Sundays, plus weekly challenges, all on the Canadian Brewhouse Reward app. The Canadian Brewhouse, our house, is your house. And our Coob is your Coob.
Games underway in the NHL. At the first intermission, the Golden Knights lead the Habs 1-0. And midway through the opening period, it's the Jets and Devils tied at 1-1, while in Florida, the Mammoth lead the Panthers 1-0. And Vancouver's Thatcher Demko is out for the rest of the season. He's set to undergo hip surgery next week. The 30-year-old already missing 20 games for the Canucks this season. Over in Pittsburgh, Brian Rust has been handed a 3-game suspension for elbowing Vancouver's Brock Besser in the final seconds of Sunday's game. Besser has now been moved to injured reserve and is in concussion protocol. Nathan Rourke has signed an extension in BC, staying with the Lions through 2028. Rourke, the reigning most outstanding player and the CFL's most outstanding Canadian, was set to become a free agent at the end of next season. Over on the hardwood, 2 games live. Kings and Knicks tied at 9-9. The Knicks are in action tomorrow against the Raptors, but 3 minutes into the game, 9-9 contest. 9 minutes left to go in the second. The Trailblazers are up 38-31 over the Wizards. The final segment of today's Reid Wilkins Show brings us back after the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
EST Afternoons.
Nick Kern from Sirius XM NHL. I always want to get the outside view of what people think of Evan Bouchard. Out there in the East Coast, how do they view Bouchard?
Bouchard to me is, no matter how you guys in Edmonton cut it, he's a defensive liability. But the payoff on the other side is worth the risk to me. He kind of reminds me a bit of Mike Green when he played with the Capitals, which could do all this stuff offensively.
EST Afternoons, weekday afternoons 1 to 3, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
You already know where you should go to watch the big game. Where else but River Cree Resort and Casino? Come out to the venue for the massive football watch party on February 8th. Doors open at 3:30 with kickoff at 4:30. Your $35 ticket includes reserved seating and an all-you-can-eat buffet. Or sit in a premium black leather throne of comfort with the VIP lounge package, just $70 a seat. Don't miss out on the football action. Buy your tickets now at rivercreeresort.com. Must be 18 plus.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Your brand deserves more than just a whisper, it deserves a buzz. At the Hive Product Marketing, they specialize in promotional products that bring the buzz. From eye-catching giveaways to unforgettable keepsakes, they got the perfect products to make your brand stand out and get noticed. Visit the Hive Product Marketing and let them create the buzz your business deserves. The Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Visit them online at thehiveproductmarketing.com.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
Josh Samanski debuted for the Oilers last night. Here's Knobloch.
I think played really well. Obviously tonight, +2, almost a goal, and he's he adds a little speed to our lineup, and I think he's smart. He's reliable. So, for his first game, there's a lot of jitters, but it was a good start.
I thought he looked decent. Looked like he could get around the ice, takes up some space. Really should have scored. Had most of the net to shoot at, but would have been great for him to score in his first game. I mean, look, we talked about this yesterday. The Oilers got to do something with their bottom six. If there are internal solutions, that's great.
Cheaper than external.
Cheaper than, maybe trading for something, or maybe complementary to trading for something. I know Ike Howard went down. I know a lot of people don't feel it's great for Ike Howard. I don't really think it is either. But he's the easy guy to send down. Now, and Samanski's advantage is he can play center.
3 of 4 in the faceoff.
3 out of 4, so pretty good. How did Lazar do?
Lazar, what was he?
He was 7 out of 13, I believe. Took a lot more faceoffs than he usually does.
3 hits. That's just, that's Lazar things, Reid.
Did he do the Lord's work on the fourth line?
He continues to do the Lord's work. Yes, he does.
All right. We had a good interview with Cody Fajardo on the show yesterday. You ever miss anything? You can go back wherever you get your podcasts. Sign up for the Reid Wilkins Show, the Nielsen Show, EST Afternoons. What else do we have? The Oil Stream, the Lock Shop, 2 Guys and a Goalie, the Hangout. And if you're on YouTube, you can always go back on YouTube and find the segments of the show that you want to listen to. So a lot of ways to consume us here. Eat us up at Edmonton Sports Talk. Let's try to get, you know what? We need 3 thumbs for 125. If you have not given the show a thumbs up,
do it.
Get in there and do it right now. Why not? Now, we've had our off-topic topic going the entire show. We're trying to determine Edmonton Sports Talk's sexiest man. The Young Buck category, you can still vote for another 10 minutes. But it looks like YouTube Trev's going to do it.
Yeah.
He's doing very well in this category.
He is.
Joaquin Gage and Tom Gazzola have already advanced.
Qualified.
They've already qualified. It's like the World Cup. It's probably more exciting than the World Cup.
Maybe I'll have to save I prepared some curling trivia for you. Maybe I'll have to do that tomorrow.
We will because we started. I got all in a bunch about Belichick. Well, we both did.
We both did. Wish we could just have breaking news like that. On an Oilers off day.
That was fun.
About 3:30. Pick everybody's spirits up.
Words of the day presented by Edmonton Public Library. Edmonton Public Library has an intellectual freedom campaign. EPL won't tell you what to read, just where to find it. Intellectual freedom is your right to read, watch, listen, and explore ideas without borders.
The word of the day with Reid and Jay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
What do they got to say?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you.
Let's find out.
English, do you speak it? Then you know what I'm saying.
No, I have a perfect week going.
You do.
I went 4 for 4 yesterday.
If it continues, Reid, well, good for you. I will say that I've been reading the book that you gave me, The Dream Team.
Yes.
And I was reading it last night before bed, and I came across 2 words that I got the general sense I knew what they meant, given the way they were used in the context of the writing.
Okay.
But I went to my phone and I was like, I want to know the definition just for my purpose. And then I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, well, duh, these should be the words of the day. Because I had 2 words of the day that I needed help with.
Well, this is going to be 10th. Now, at some point I read this book, but it was about 10 years ago.
Okay, first word of the day, solipsistic.
Oh.
Solipsistic.
SOLOPSISTIC.
Oh, so close. SOLI.
Oh, I wrote it that way first. Crap.
Oh, you did it? You turkey. SOLIPSISTIC. Solipsistic.
I should know what this means because I've looked this word up myself. I'll take a stab at it. Is this having to do with sort of like a sleepy performance or effort?
Would you like it in a sentence?
Yes.
Their solipsistic belief that only their cares are the ones of any importance.
Oh, self-centered, selfish. Salvaged a half point.
Yeah. 0.5 out of 2. Oh, there it is. Second word of the day, effulgent.
EFFULGENT. Oh, man. I'll take the sentence. I don't know.
Standing there was my father with the most effulgent smile on his face.
Proud and satisfied?
It's a tough sentence. The actual definition is shining brightly or radiant.
Oh, I didn't get it.
Oh, boy.
I mean, maybe 0.1.
Okay, 1.51 out of 4. Oh, boy.
0.01. I got 0.01. That definition. All right. Well, that was good.
You suck.
Well, I didn't mind that. I tried.
You did.
I'm a little disappointed I spelled solipsistic wrong.
You had it right.
Because I wrote it down correctly, and I was like, no, I think there's another O in it. So that means sort of... No, what does that mean?
Self-centered.
Self-centered. And effulgent means radiant?
Yes.
Right? But relating specifically to a smile or a facial expression, or just can anything be effulgent? Could a diamond be effulgent?
I believe it could be. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It is an adjective. Shining brightly and or radiant.
Tomorrow, what do we have? Past the Pantry Athlete of the Week?
We do.
And we'll see what else we come up with.
In studio.
Oh, in studio. Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yes.
I got to start paying more attention to your emails.
That's okay.
Great show, everybody. We had a lot of fun. Hey, if Bill Belichick calls you, try and
cheer him up.
Make him feel a little better.
Show him a picture of his relations.
Of Zachary Kubish and Jason Milne, I'm Reid Wilkins. Have a great evening.